and welcome to yet again another edition. This time a little bit of a twist. Same cars, different league, the BRL. Yours truly, Batman Bob 13. As you know, this YouTube channel, Batman Space Bob 13. We will be changing the YouTube name soon to where it's just the BRS. That way everything and anything BRS can be on here with a few other people having access to the account to put some races on here. But I cannot thank any of you enough for being able to watch this race, be able to be here with us. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas down the road. But before you open those presents, before you get drunk off the Jack and eggnog, my buddy here, Prowler, and myself are going to be here bringing you 100 laps where the BRL is going to tear up, if it ain't torn up already enough with the old asphalt they have, the Auto Club Speedway out in Fontana, California. Prowler, you're a new guy. People don't know you. I thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you being here. Before we get into it, can you tell us a little something about yourself to help these folks get used to you and know you a little bit better?
All right, hello everybody. My name is Prowler. I've been part of the I just recently joined the BRS. I've been racing league races since 2015, and thing is, it should be a good race today.
And again, thank you for being here, Prowler. We, Ghost Soldier, who's done this with me, he's in a race tonight, so he could not broadcast. We have a star-studded field, I'm telling you. Yes, this isn't the PRL League. This is the lower skill level league in which yours truly, myself, Batman Bob, will be racing in this season, hopefully trying to get back that BRL title that Brandon got last season, which I lost because of a server connection. But we're here. We're ready to go. I'm just going to crack right into it. I'm going to let these guys know right now, Prowler, to go qualify, and we're going to shoot through these stats as much as I can, as fast as I can, and do this straightforward. I'm going to fly through this as I can, folks, so hopefully y'all can understand. Auto Club Speedway is a 2-mile, low-banked oval speedway located in Fontana, California, which is 47 miles east of LA. First hosted a race, NASCAR race, being a Cup Series back in 1997, in which Jeff Gordon, the 4-time champ, won the inaugural race that same year. The track record here, Denny Hamlin set as a doozy. I don't know if anybody tonight can even remotely come close to this. Maybe if Fluffy was out there, he could. But it's a 38.194, 188.511. That is fast, Prowler. Set by Denny Hamlin, the FedEx Express, I think is what he had on his car that race.
Fast machine.
Yes, that is for sure. Here, folks, 122,000 BRS fans will be in those seats tonight, as that is the most that can fit there, but I'm assuming that may not count infield crew. This track is owned by ASC, which technically is owned by NASCAR. The banking, the turns, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, are 14-degree turns. The front stretch is banked at 11 degrees. The backstretch banked at 3 degrees, but I think you can agree, Prowler, when you're racing on this backstretch at Auto Club Speedway, if you ain't going through the 6 down in the south doing moonshine, I don't know what you're doing, because that's how bumpy this track is. It is all over the place, for sure. The track record here, which is absolutely amazing. I just gave you the NASCAR Cup, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series track record. This is the overall track record, which is through the roof, set by a driver who I haven't heard his name in so many years, Gil De Ferran. He drove an IndyCar, which was then the kart series for Roger Penske. And get this, folks. You ain't going to believe this. 241.428. Yes, that is not a lie. 241.428 was his fastest lap there. That is lightning speed at that track. This track is also used for drag racing, as it has a drag strip, motorcycle 21-turn road course, a 21-turn road course with a sports car course, which is completely different from the motorcycles. Also has an interior test track. Now we're going to go into the stats that Prowler loves to look at. He licks his chops when he sees stuff like this. As of March 1st, 2020, after Alex Bowman, who won the most recent race there, Jimmy Johnson has the most wins there with 6, the most top 5s with 13, the most top 10s with 18. He also has the most laps led with 990, Prowler. That's crazy. That's the man who knows his way around that track. He's also completed the most laps here with 5,906, which obviously over time that could change now that Jimmy's retired. Kurt Busch has the most poles there with 4, and Kurt Busch is also tied with Kevin Harvick, which is your buddy there, Prowler, with 27 career starts there. The best average start of all career drivers with a minimum of, I believe, 10 starts there is a 9.8 by Austin Dillon, which is kind of surprising. And here we go again, Jimmy Johnson with your best average finish with a 7.6. So I got to tell you, Prowler, Auto Club is a big track. It's spacious. It's easy, but it's difficult at the same time. They are starting qualifying right now. folks, as I tell you, I want to give a shout out first to Devin McCall, D McCall 73. Some of you may know him on a racetrack. He is the head man tonight. He's taking the bull by the horn, so to speak. He's going to be my number 2 in the BRS. So good luck to him tonight in his endeavors, and he's my team car in the 24. So let's hope that 24 car can roll into victory lane. Back to what we're saying, Prowler. My experience with Auto Club is tire wear usually isn't that bad, and compared to Atlanta, it's way better. Compared to Charlotte, it's probably about the same. I'd have to say for me, it's a tough track to run as far as picking the right line going in. I take 1 and 2 very different than 3 and 4. 3 and 4, I'm kind of in the middle and let the car coast itself down to the bottom. 1 and 2, I kind of go to the middle, but I kind of force the car to go to the bottom coming off 2. The backstretch is bumpy as all hell. I talked to, as some of you know, in a BRL, Matt is too old, a.k.a. Matt Carter, who was the 2008 ARCA Rookie of the Year. He told me that the best thing about Auto Club is that it's natural. And what drivers who race there in real life, what they mean by natural, and this is from my experience working in NASCAR, is that natural is basically a track that was built in 1997 and they have yet to repave it. Like some of the tracks have been repaved, like New Hampshire, just name one of them. And Dover got repaved with concrete, same with Bristol. So the track is very natural, and he loves it. He hates to see that track go away. As we know, Prowler, this track will be turned into a short track. Although it will not host any races next year, as they'll be going to the Daytona Road Course that weekend. But Prowler, I mean, you are a very talented, skilled driver. You're really fast just about everywhere you go, especially road courses. What's your take and your opinion about Auto Club Speedway?
Oh yeah, it's a very bumpy track. Very has not been repaved yet, so it's gonna be interesting how it's gonna be on those tires. The back stretch is our biggest concern because it's gonna be very bumpy, so it's gonna be hard to hold that line.
Hey, well, as we know, we're going to go through the roster here, folks, while they're doing qualifying. I'm keeping up with Devin here on my Facebook. I do apologize to everybody. The information I have tonight may not be as accurate, simply because we had Mr. Grant Salzano, a.k.a. Salzy, a.k.a. Salzano 14. His broadcasts were there for me to be able to look at, and I could kind of get a gather for pit strategy, tires, fuel, kind of have an idea when people were pitting or when pits were about to come. But I will say this, I went out with my team last night, Batman Motorsports and Joker Motorsports, and we went out and we did some practice probably for about 2 hours, if not a little bit more, at Auto Club, and I learned a lot. I was not happy with my cars. I run a 37 car by Whoop Whoop, Raise the Roof, Ryan Priest up in Connecticut. What's up, RP? I run his car, and the car was not where I wanted it. It'll get there, of course, at least I hope it does. But we still have a star-studded cast here of drivers that I'm telling you are going to put on a show. But none of them are broadcasting, so I'm not going to have the information. I apologize, but Salzy and our old friend KB Showtime and a bunch of other guys told me that somehow, some way, I found a way to make it good. So let's hope Prowler and I can make you guys happy. But I'm going to go through the list here of drivers. I'll let you take over where Devin is, Prowler, if you want to take over from there. I'll start with Relic. We'll be in an 88 car tonight, driving for Batman Motorsports. Crow_Busters, or a.k.a. Crow, or a.k.a. Christian, will be running the 41 car, who's one of my biggest fans on my YouTube channel. Thank you, Christian. Holler out. Sunoco Sunburn, an OG, been here since like 2000, late 2012, early 2013. He's been a part of BRS. Holla to the OG, Sunoco. It's great to have you back, buddy. He'll be running number 14. Go Soldier, our good friend Dave. He's racing with Aaron on his sleeve this year, and he's all out. He's balls out going for Aaron this year. He'll be running a 10 car. All 3 drivers will be part of Ghost Motorsports. Star is one of our new guys that we have, Prowler, as you know him very well. Star will be in a 3 car for Joker Motorsports. Avenger 43, who is he's starting to become a very good minimal legend, if you will. He's starting to make a name for himself slowly but surely. I love Dave to death. Avenger will be running the number 4, which also will be for Ghost Motorsports. And finally for me, Harvick, 42915, Mr. Otto, if you will. Mike's being his first name. This is Mike's first time with us. He came over from another series. He's racing with us. He'll be driving the number 2 car tonight, as you see Brett Keselowski drive around. And as I say that Devin's driving a 24 for Batman Motorsports tonight, who else do we have in this race?
We have Otto in the 13, driving for Todd Dillon. Nick driving the 12 car. Cass and Checks in the 8. Raymond 47, and Drippy in the 18.
Okay, make it note that Raymond will not be here tonight, unfortunately. I was hoping he would. He is a huge fan favorite amongst the BRL and the BRS folks, as he always goes, he works out on a tugboat out in the ocean, and he lives down there in southern Florida off those islands there in the Bahamas with him and his Bahama mama. Raymond, we're thinking about you, buddy. Love you. Hope you're if you're on that boat, hopefully you're safe. Picks of the race, Prowler. From further experience, I know you haven't really raced with Sunoco, but Sunoco is definitely my pick to win this race. Auto Club has been one of his best tracks, along with Darlington and Martinsville, are 3 tracks that he absolutely shines at. He is good most everywhere, but as you know, probably even for you and even for me, like New Hampshire's my track, Michigan's a track that's really good for you. I think Sunoco is going to pull out the win tonight, which is going to be great to see him back in Victory Lane after almost a 7-year hiatus from the BRS. That would be stupendous. Who's your favorite to win tonight, Prowler?
My favorite's going to have to be Drippy and number 18. Look up for him.
Well, there you have it. That's definitely not one that I thought he was going to pick, folks. For a dark horse, Prowler and I might actually agree to this. Relic, who some of you will know from the PRL races last season. Relic is here. I gave him a ride in the 88 car. I think he's absolutely anxious. I know he's beyond excited to get the season started. He feels like he can be more an influence in this coming season. And I tell you, after testing with Relic yesterday, he's definitely going to be hot to trot at the start. The only thing that gets him is, once he starts making pit stops, he kind of struggles with his thoughts to get a setup in and be good with it. But I do pick Relic to be my dark horse. Who do you have, Prowler?
I'll have to agree with you there. I have to choose Relic.
I apologize. My headset wanted to shut down on me. It's real quick here. We're going to pause for a commercial break. That a commercial break ain't going to happen because we are almost ready to go here. This is the one thing that you don't see on TV is Mike Joyce sitting there messaging the flag man, letting them know when they're ready to go. Is there anything else you can tell us about this track and about racing here, Prowler, from your experience that the fans may not know about this place?
Well, Auto Club is a very spaced up track. It can get spaced up pretty quickly if you know what you're doing.
Yep. I will add, and I don't think, Prowler, have you run here at all? And he's sending me these results. So for a minute, folks, you're not going to see. You're going to see. The game, folks, because I don't know why, but he just sent me both pictures on Messenger, and I want to go over that right here. Hopefully it'll load. Come on. Facebook is loading real slow. I have it in front of me, but it's really blurry, so I apologize to everybody. As I said, Relic was 6th. 7th is Crowbusters, 40.357. 8th is Nick Raw. Really good run for him, 40.366. 9th is Star Killer with a 40.408. 10th is Avenger with a 40.421. 11th is Harvick with a 40.507. And Ghost Soldier with a 40.864. Will be 12th, as there are 12 drivers in a race. And there's your starting lineup. And I think we're having technical difficulties
Uh-oh.
Redo lobby. They're having problems, folks. I know in recent weeks we've had a lot of problems with the servers. We did a race last Wednesday night, was part of our doubleheader. The second truck race was really, really bad. The server was just absolutely horrendous, and we had to get off on that. So it's going to be a few more minutes here, folks. I just want to say to everybody out there who's been watching, I thank you for all your support. For watching. The numbers that we had for some of the BRL races over this last season were absolutely amazing. And while I have the time, I guess this would be a good time to do it. Right now, Devin's going to be setting up a race lobby, and he's going to be inviting people in order of their qualifying position. That way, that's how they can start. Some of the new rules we have for this year, Prowler, is probably something we should touch on. The biggest thing I think, and you might disagree with me, is 4 times tire wear. We're going to have that through all 6 leagues. I'll get through the schedule of what the leagues are for next year, but we're going to have 4 times tire wear. Damage will stay on, of course. But with 4 times tire wear, man, that is a huge loop that I throw into people's strategies that the BRS committee voted upon. We also took draft. The NASCAR Heat 5 folks that made the game. One of the best things they ever did to this game was give us a draft option. What that is you can choose exceptionally high, which I have not run with yet. I'm not sure I want to, if I'm being honest, Prowler. That's probably really dangerous, especially at a place like Daytona or Talladega. But we have the draft on the lowest. What I think this does, Prowler, and I'll ask for your opinion in a minute, is I think it gives drivers more of an opportunity to show their skill level. I think, we had a qualifying process for the BRS this year. Everybody did 5 tracks each series. They're all the same: Bristol, Michigan, Phoenix, Texas, and Watkins Glen. And we went there with the draft was at the lowest. Nobody could draft. You could not make a pit stop. And I think by doing that and having a draft all the way down as low as it'll go, you really show the drivers true talent. Truck race at Michigan last week. I held Mr. Huff, or Alex as his name, but I held Huff off for 5 or 6 laps. In a normal race, if draft was on, there's no way I would have been able to hold Huff off. So that made me feel good because I felt like if I'm able to hold him off, and he's a BRL driver, I was doing something right. So between 4 times tire wear, draft being the lowest. How do you feel about those changes, Prowler? And what do you think is the one factor that's going to really play a role into the season?
Well, I think a big factor is going to play in this season is going to be strategy. Strategy is going to be a big key in this season. It's going to change a lot of things up.
I think. Let me ask you this: do you think tires are going to play more of a role than the draft, or do you think the draft's going to play more role of the tires?
I believe the tires will play more of an effect. Because if it's times 4, the tires are going to wear down a lot quicker.
I apologize, folks. I'm texting him because he's trying to get that room ready. I think, we have Salzano 14, and I think the big C does lay, a.k.a. Cody Long. If you're out there, holla. BTL champ in the house. If he's watching, I got 5 viewers. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it. 5 don't sound like a lot, but heck, I'm excited, bouncing off the moon right now. Cody was our BTL 2020 champ in the trucks, our first ever truck champion. So Cody made history. And if there's one person I'd rather lose to that was part of that season that we had in trucks, Cody's probably the first person I'd want to lose to. I met Cody back in 2012, and him and I have been friends for going on 9 years now. That's a lot of years, Cody. I kind of feel a little old, but holler to him. Salzano, who just completely tore everything up last season. He was our first ever Xfinity Series champ for the Xfinity League, and he also won the PRL championship. Which is quite a statement, but Salzy is the best driver we have. Him and Pedro definitely take the cake, and the BRL, unfortunately, was probably the one downer of the whole week that we had. I lost internet server connection, so I ended up being part of the championship 4. I fell out, finished 4th. And Brandon Lee, holler to him. Brandon, you're out there, holla. The 2020 BRL champ. He's only the 3rd champion in BRL history. I have, out of 9 seasons, I have 7 championships. a guy who no longer races us back in the day. Leon's got one, and now Brandon being the most recent, and Brandon will be pushed up to the BRL for next year, and I think he's more than ready to do it. And I'm going to ask him right now if we are close, because I want to race. I want to see some racing, Prowler. I'm anxious. Next Wednesday night, folks, we will be back again. Prowler will not be with me. Why, you ask? Good question. He'll be on a track. PRL exhibition next week. Not really sure yet. I think I want to pick a track that's fast. It's not going to be a plate track, of course. That eliminates Daytona. I think next week's race will be good. I talked to Salzy earlier today. Hopefully you get on there. I got 6 viewers now, man. I'm getting nervous. As I'm talking here, I really hope that... I'm hoping he sends us... he needs to send us invite. That's the one thing he needs to do. There may be, one thing with the server that's tough is we got people who are in a motel, like myself. Unfortunately, I'm there. We got a few other people that are in a hotel. They may have server issues tonight, but the internet and hotels are bad, but I think the NASCAR Heat 5 servers are probably, of all the games out there, are some of the worst servers, if I'm being honest.
I agree with you.
I really didn't plan for this. I should have wrote more stuff down to talk about. I'm anxious, man. I want to see some 2, 3, 4 wide. I'm telling you, if there's anybody out there who's listening to me that's in this BRL race tonight, you can let everybody know, man. I want 3, 4 wide. I want bumper to bumper. I want door to door. I want to see somebody win who probably would never win on a normal basis and just go out there and shock the BRS world and show us what you got. And I still think Sunoco's good. And I got to tell you about your pick for Drippy. I think Drippy's underrated. His qualifying times were BRL caliber, not PRL. But Drippy starts second tonight, so this is going to be entertaining. I'm really excited about what's going to happen. Piff is out there. I want to say holla to Mr. Piffer, Blowing Piff 420X. He will also be racing next week. He'll be somebody that we talk about. Thanks for watching, Tim. Thanks for watching, Christian. I know you're getting ready to race. Hopefully you guys will be racing soon, man. I'm anxious. I don't want to sit here no more. Granted, I got laundry downstairs to be done, but it's getting done. I'm really hoping. Yeah, I'm really hoping this happens soon. I didn't. Oh, I just have some iRacing messages here to read. I'm hoping he gets it here so we can go in there. Again, folks, we did not broadcast. There's one invitation. I don't know if you got it, Prowler, but we'll wait.
Yep.
I'll tell you right now, I'm going to message to him. I'm hoping he sends us 2. Devin just sent me 1, but hopefully he sends us 2.
Yep, he sent me 1.
Christian, if you're there, we need invites. So if you can hear me, Christian, make sure we get more invites. I only got 1. I'm going to need at least 1 more. Just in case we get kicked, folks. That's what we do. We try to send out more than 1 invite. So that way we can get back in case we get kicked for whatever reason. It's kicking in the lobby. I'm not really sure what that means. There we go. Thank you, Crow. Appreciate it. Crow, if you're watching, just like if Harvick's having too many issues to go, just go. We need to get this race going. We got people that are tuning in to watch, and we ain't got nothing to watch. So we need to get the race going. So if he's having issues, yeah, I got 3. So I'm just waiting. Don't go. Don't do them yet. Let us know when you're on loading screen. Oh, we got the lone hedgehog. I don't I don't know you all that well there, Mr. Hedgehog, but thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I hope it's going to be awesome, man. I got 7 viewers right now. I'm ready to pump. I have a driver who's actually in a race that's been sitting there and kind of get me pumped because he's spending too much time talking to me than racing. But it's Crow, so I'm sure Crow will be fine. I think Crow's pumped up for the season. He actually gets to start at the beginning of the season, so he's going to be here for the whole season, not just part of it. Like last year, he kind of came in a couple weeks in, so he kind of started way behind everybody. But Crow gets to start fresh at Daytona. And just for everybody to know, January 25th is the week that we start. First, we'll have 2 truck races on Monday. We'll have the PTL, which is the Premier guys, and then we'll have the lower guys, which is the BTL, which Cody's the defending champion. The PTL Season 1, we don't have a former champion for that league. And then Xfinity, we have CRL, which is in honor of David's cousin, Ghost Soldier's cousin, and probably my brother from another mother. The only thing we weren't was blood related. Aaron passed away this past June, which unfortunately, God bless his family and him, and hopefully Aaron's up there looking down on us, having some fun up there watching us race, rooting for his cousin. But the CRL is named after him, the Colzad Racing League. We're in Season 1. We do not have a former champion for that. The Salzano Xfinity Series that he won, they will be racing on Tuesday nights, as well as the CRL. And then Wednesday night, that's where it's all at, Prowler. Cup boys. We get in those cup cars and we show everybody what we got. The PRL will be Wednesday nights, and the BRL will also be Wednesday nights. If I can get people out there to broadcast them, I will hopefully we can do it. Crows told me that the countdown has begun. The countdown is down. We are moments away, folks, from the start of this race. I'm going to tell you right now, I got goosebumpies. Devin just told me 35 seconds. This is a big deal. I want everybody out there to realize, without trying to be emotional, it's the first ever BRL race broadcast with commentary. BRL is where it all started, in the BRS 2012. So this is a big moment for me to be able to broadcast the first ever BRL race. I'm absolutely excited for it. These guys have never been a part of a broadcasted race. It's everybody's breaking their virgin cherry tonight with this. I think everybody's excited. I know I am. I'm ready to watch some racing. We got a whole crew of guys that's different from the PRL. And Devin is sending me a message as we speak. We are in a loading screen. Prowler, I hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
Getting ready to go. I got like 4 invites, so we should be good. I hope you guys, besides Christian, because Christian's out there racing, I hope you guys are ready to rock and roll as you see it. The Auto Club 400 Automobile Club, Southern California, AAA. We are here looking at the shifter that you can do if you use a wheel. Good luck to everybody out there tonight. Blowing Piff wishes everybody in the race good luck tonight. Let's
get racing.
We have 11 cars in the field. Harvick is not starting due to internet issues, unfortunately. But I appreciate Mike showing up just the same. We'll get Mike into a race for too long. Get him out there so we can get the tires warm and get the gas tank empty. Here we are, folks. We are at Auto Club Speedway. We are here for the BRL exhibition. The 24 car apparently is going to the back, as you see right off the bat. I'm going to do the first lap here, folks, as Prowler gets it. We have... I need to change the camera. First, let me change the driver. We have the 18 car. Right now is what you're looking at. That is Drippy. There you go. Sunoco and Drippy. 1-2. Lone Hedgehog wishes good luck to everybody he can't rate to waste with us. He will be a registered driver before you know it. As they come down the backstretch, we look pretty stout. And here's a different camera view. We got side by side with Drippy from Drippy's view. We got the 88 of Relic. Look at that. Relic is in third. Going for third. I told you, Relic, when he starts a race, man, he has been on it. As they come to the start-finish line, Prowler, this is a pretty exciting start right here so far.
Yeah, it is. So far, the 14, 18, 30 pull away. And look at Relic, man. He's a strong car so far. Here they come side by side in the back. 14 leads them off with turn 2. They go in the back stretch. Drippy's looking to catch up to him. And they're still fighting back there for that third place position. Relic is giving them a fight back there. Wow.
As we look right here, oh, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but as we look right here, we got the 13 car of Auto, who is right to the back bumper of the 88. He's looking for 3 wide, but doesn't take it. I think you can agree, Prowler. I think the front 2 are kind of in a land of their own right now. As they go into turn 1, we have the 24 of Devin is down low. Relic is behind him now as he's in 4th as we look for Otto here in 5th. I tell you, Otto looks really good. He looks like he's got a little bit, and there you go, folks. The 41 and the 8. 3 wide as they come out of turn 2, coming to you, Preller.
Sunoco leads the field to turn 3 and 4. They're still battling for that 3rd place position. It looks like Devin got past Relic for 3rd. There's a little bit of contact between Cashin and Carbusters. Coming off turn number 4, heading to the finish line for you, Bob.
Well, as you can tell, Sunoco's putting licking on for right now. As we all know, setups will definitely be different. But as I'm trying to look at a different view here, I'm going to go a little further back in the field. We have the 8 and the 41, as you heard previously from Prowler. We got the 41 is sticking low, that's Crow. We have the 8 here, that's Cash and Check. See, he's been known to be a little aggressive, but I'm telling you, this guy's got talent. Tyler's got a lot of talent. As they come to you, they seem to be starting to single file out, Prowler.
Oh yeah, Sunoco starts to pull away. The top 3 looking pretty good now. The 13, the 88 side by side. Otto's looking to get past Philip for 4th. He clears them. He clears them off, come up turn number 4. Here comes 41 Purpose, just right past Philip. Coming to you, Bob.
As I got to tell you right here, we're looking at the 4-car of Avenger 43. Man, I got to tell you, it's so awesome to have these guys in a race up and broadcast and give these guys some TV time. As you can see, I do believe that's Ghost right there. And a 10 car. Star's way up there ahead of him. We got the 12 and a 4 right here battling at the end of the pack. But I'll tell you right now, that 4 will be better. Avenger seems to do better with steps. Oh, we have one losing it.
Oh, and there's a wreck in the backstretch. And it's Star around number 3.
I'm trying to get it for you, folks. We're trying to go right to it. Here he is. He spun out. You saw it when we were watching the 4 car. The 3 spun out. There he is.
Looking on the inside of Devin.
Looks like the 3 car has a little bit of damage on his rear bumper. But as we do it, we'll go to the front. The 4's catching the 12 here at the tail of the field. It looks like Ghost is getting a little bit quicker as he's catching up what I do believe is Relic Prowler. I think that's Relic in front of the 10 car. We're going to go back up front here so we can kind of see the gap right here. There you have it, folks. You have the view. Well, at least this is how I race anyway. The view of how Sunoco is to the 18 car. And as you can tell, there's a lot of gap right here. We're going to go back here a couple cars. You still have Devin in the top 3. We have the 13 of Otto sitting here looking pretty stout. As they come to the start-finish line, how do you think of the start of this race, Prowler?
Feeling pretty good. It's getting sprayed up pretty quickly. A little bit of contact, a little bit of fighting. I'm liking it so far.
We have the 41 back here. Crow is shooting up with the 8. Shooting up, I do mean by trying to shoot to the outside, not anything drug-related, I promise you. As we look right here, the 41 car dips to the inside. I got to tell you, if there's one guy to watch for, it's Crow. I've raced with him personally, and he's known for slow starts, but he's known for strong finishes, which is what Devin's known for. Depending on the track, sometimes Crow does get a good start, like Texas. Texas has been really nice to Crow. Crow's been strong there. That guy in the 41 car has been really anxious about doing this, as much as Ghost has been anxious to have it there. But as you can see here, Relic has fallen off a little bit. I trust that he will get back up there. I do believe he's got a good car. As they come to you, we're watching Crow right here for a few minutes. What do we see up front, Prowler?
Otto just made 20 flats around Devin for 3rd. It looks like Pro Busters and Cash and Checks is still battling it out for that 5th place position.
Not to interrupt you, we do have the 3 pitting right now. Star Killer is pitting as we speak. Pit road speed limit is 55. So as they come off turn 4, they do have to shift. Well, I've been told that I shouldn't shift. I think Piff's one that told me, don't shift and they'll just put you in 2nd gear when you come out anyway. But I'm a realistic guy. I like to look at things realistically. So of course I go for it.
The 24's around. She tried coming down pit road. We got spun out.
The 24's pitting. 88 is pitting. Relic will be pitting. I will tell you right now, you folks might be like, wow, that's what I got, like 10 laps in a race. I will tell you right now, anytime from lap 7 to lap 12 is when these guys are going to pit. I personally can go a good 10 laps before I need to pit if stretching tires. But of course, you guys got to remember, we got 4 times tire wear, right, Prowler? So depending on when you pit, you could gain a lot or lose a lot, right? I will say last night when Devin had about 5 or 6 laps on me, he only gained the full 2nd. And then, of course, with my fresher tires after 6 laps, I pulled away. Now, on the flip side, Fluffy was leading the race. He had about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds on me. And when he came out, he had 3.7. And all Fluffy did was pit a lap and a half earlier than me. So I think it just depends on how your car is and how fast it is to what it'll be. But you see the 24-88 come off. Just so you guys know, the rule here is that these drivers have to call pitting, 24 pitting, 24 exiting. When you exit pit road, as you can see right here with the 24, you cannot exit onto the track until you see those dotted lines right there is what I tell them. As soon as those dotted lines happen, 24 merging. A driver must say that, and then a merge. So that explains you. Hopefully everybody will understand what that is, Hedgehog. You will have to deal with that when you race with us. We have the 14 in the wall. We have the 14 in the wall. We have the 14 in the wall. Oh, he's got some bad damage right here. Most of the leaders are coming in. The 12 is in. I think that's Nick Raw. As we're gonna look here, we got some damage right here, folks. As you can see it. The 12 is pushing the 14 down pit road. Obviously, I just want to remind you guys that, you know, we don't have control of the cars when we're on pit road. So it's kind of comical that this is happening right now. I guess one Ford's helping another. That would make sense. It was real life. You also see the 41 is pitting. The 8 is pitting. The 13 is pitting. And Drippy, the 18 is pitting. So we have right here a good portion of the top 5 drivers. Look at this. See, this is what the game does, folks. It gives you something to laugh at on pit road. The 14 just took out the 18, and the 10 just drove through the 14. It's beautiful stuff.
Now we're going to come out of pit road. 18 leads them all.
We're going to stick with it. 18's got a little bit of damage right there, Prowler, on the left front. Now, another thing I want to remind you guys of is the visual effects, right? The visual effects have, they look there, they're visual, but they're not there. Meaning that when we pit and we have damage, it fixes it. So when we come out, that's that. As you folks can see right now, obviously the 14 car is nowhere to be found. Looks like Drippy, Prowler, if I'm correct, I believe Drippy would retain the lead with the 24 in second.
Will retain the lead. 24 in second and 13 in third as it's coming to the start finish line.
Okay, I'm trying to look for the 14 car as we speak. Here he is. I don't see anybody around him on a track. I'm going to try to sit here for a minute and see if we can't get a view. As you can see, he obviously lost it coming to pit road. He literally, I'm not sure we're going to be able to find out where he is, Prowler, because he's literally all by himself. He's on a front stretch going into turn 1. And this is, he's going into turn 1 while Drippy's in turn 3. So I'm not sure. Who is that up there going into turn 1, Prowler? Can you get that? I'm not sure who that is. I know it's not the 14 car because he's on a backstretch.
I believe that is Star Killer.
10-4 to that. We have the 13 car right here, folks. Again, this is Otto. Otto is all worried about his internet. Unfortunately, I'm not. It's kind of weird that him and his dad are in the same place, but his internet's working, but Harvick's isn't. So that's kind of weird. That really stinks because I was hoping Harvick could be a part of this. But there you go. See the 13 car. I'm telling you right now, folks, this is why I signed Otto to be a satellite team, because I think this guy has got undiscovered talent. What I'll say, as Devin goes way up high, he gets into the wall, folks. The 24 got to touch the wall there. The 13 makes a clean pass, and that's another thing I love about this track, Prowler. There's so much room to move around, and there's so many cars that could fit on a front stretch. It's absolutely crazy. And correct me if I'm wrong, Prowler, I think we have right now, to let the folks know, the 18 with Drippy Cush is your leader. The 13 of Otto will be in second. Looks like third, we will have Devin here. I'm going to try to go back to see what we got. Because I think, yes, after the 24, who is third, right? 24 is third. Yeah, 18, yes, 13, 24. We have the 8 of, oh, he just got the wall going into turn 3. That'll slow him down a little bit. The 8 of Cash and Checks will be fourth. And I believe here, I want to look behind him. I can't because he's too far back. No, that's definitely not Relic. And it's definitely, I do believe right there, it's the 41 car. So Crowbusters is in fifth. So you got Drippy, Otto, Devin, Cash and Checks, and then you have Crow here as we look for the hood cam, folks. I think this is what you're seeing right here is exactly how Christian drives. This is his view. I had to watch him from an Atlanta truck race last season when I got kicked for server connection. I watched his broadcast, and this is how he fights. So as you can see, the 3 cars, second, third, and fourth, really aren't all that far apart. Third and fourth, it looks like, is that Star Killer coming to pit road? Probably.
Yep, that is. That's another thing hitting that pit road. Seems like they have a problem going on pit road.
Yeah, I think Star had a pit. I'm thinking after practice yesterday, he may have had a pit at a lap or two earlier than he wanted to. Here we are, folks. This is the 3 car. As you can see, he's got some damage on pit road. As I would assume, he's probably going to have to fix it. He'll get back on a track. Here's Avenger, whose car looks absolutely magnificently.
In the wall.
Where is the 88? Oh. Here you go. The 88 is sitting right here, folks. He's probably got some side damage. Is that how he got into the wall, Prowler?
Yep. Came off the turn 2 with the wall.
The 88 looks really good out there on that racetrack, but he's got Nick right there behind him. Nick is, Nick is a driver who he almost made the truck championship. He made the almost made the chase. He didn't quite make the chase, but he also started with 7 or 8 races left in the regular season before we started it. Nick is a guy he's probably one of the coolest dudes you'll ever meet. He's got a lot of talent, and it's great to have him here in the series. I think what we're going to do here, Relic, is why don't we do something I've never done before? How about we start with the leader, and we're going to go through the field. We're going to give you a little bit of NBC/Fox right here, and I'm going to start with Jerpy. You take second. You take all the even numbers there, buddy. Prowler. I'm going to start here with Jerpy. Jerpy is a guy that he came over from another series with you, Prowler. You know him a lot better than I do. He's a driver who I feel I've raced with personally. I think he's also got a lot of undiscovered talent. I think he's a lot better than sometimes he showed. Obviously tonight, he's definitely showing what he's got in that Cup car. As we look at different angles, you see right there in the right rear, it looks like he may have gotten in the wall. That trunk lid where the TE of Interstate is a little crinkled up. As we go, here's the roof cam, here's the sky cam, and you can see he's got front end damage. The 18 Interstate batteries Toyota Camry and Jerpy Cush is your leader. Who do we have in second?
Second, we have the 13th Auto 1435. He came from the Wonder Warrior series. He has a lot of potential, a lot of undiscovered skills, like you said. He's second, trying to catch Jerpy down for the lead. Who do we have for third, dog?
And here you see it, folks, and I got to tell you, he's got a pretty clean car, Prowler.
Oh, yeah.
He looks pretty clean. Here we go. We're going to go to the next spot here in third. We have D. McCall, your moderator for the night. Ooh, I think something happened to him, Prowler. He's looking a little loose. He's very, very slow. He is definitely coming to pit road. It looked like he had an issue. Devin was with us. He made the championship for both trucks in a Cup last season, so he's a driver that's definitely need to be on a watch list. He's got a lot of talent, ton of talent. That kid's, when I met him back in April, he's nothing like he is today. He's a complete difference of night and day. When it comes to him winning races and how good he's been. He had 2 BRL wins last year. 1 truck win at Gateway. His BRL wins were at Bristol, Kansas, both off strategy calls. Well, Bristol was a call off of Kansas with strategy, but Bristol was because Brandon and I kind of took ourselves out. Not together. I took myself out mistakes, and Brandon did the same, and he ended up being the bearer of it. So who do we have in fourth place, Prowler?
We got the 41 Crowbusters as he's coming down pit road with the number 8 catching checks, and he made it.
There you go, folks. Here you go, folks. I'm going to go right to right behind him is the 8 car. Like I said, I've talked about Crow a little bit before. Crow's got a lot of talent. He's a driver to watch for, without a doubt. They drive past Victor Lane, and they're on the opposite side of pit road. We have the 8 car right there, which I'm going to try to get to here real quick so we can see his car. And apparently I skipped it. Nope, there we go. This is cash and checks. As you can see, this is the Beast, or Tam the Beast car, the number 8 Chevy RCR, Chevy Camaro, a.k.a. Joker Motorsports right there, buddy. Don't you forget it, Prowler. Right there, 13.8, Joker Motorsports, as the computer put the 10 and threw it right into the right front of the 13 car, which is funny as you see the 8 coming off. Tyler hasn't raced with us a whole heck of a lot. He subbed for Derek a lot last year. He did really well. Like I said, he's just a little bit aggressive, but let's be honest, I think most of us are. He's doing really good here off pit road. I'm making sure he doesn't get up on that track. Looks like he still needs to practice it a little, but he's doing a really good job. So good job on that, Tyler. He got up a little early, but I'm sure I'll be talking to him. He'll be called to the hauler after this race, Prowler. Got up a little too early. But there's the 8 car. I think we're just going to go through the field. How about, where's the 88 car on the track?
I'm trying to find him right now. Is the 88 is... And coming out of turn number 4, it looks like.
Okay, and it looks like I... Go ahead.
Got a pretty clean car, it looks like, coming to a start-finish line.
Sorry, guys, I have to take a drink so often because my... God knows I don't want to have a dry mouth with this. But here's the number 12. Penske Menards, Penske Ford Mustang. This is Nick Raw. I've already talked a little bit about him. His car looks really clean. Actually, if you look right there, I don't know if you're looking, Prowler, but if you look at that hood as he comes out of turn 2 of the backstretch camera, he does have a dent right there above the Ford emblem on the hood, right under the word Peak. So I would imagine that he's got that fixed. But if he doesn't, let's do this for a second. Let's give Nick some TV time here. I want to explain, folks, and Prowler, you can say your opinion from your point of view because it may be different than mine. When you're at a track like this, right, Prowler, and it's 2 miles, you're doing 100. I mean, we're doing what, almost $190, 195 going into these turns, right? Especially if we're hitting average speeds of 185, 188. So you're doing at least, let's just say, 195 into a turn. Let's just say for the sake of argument. And you have that kind of damage on your car. It's a downforce issue. You want downforce at Auto Club, right? We all do. That's what makes your car fast. But Prowler, how do you think? Let's just say, for argument's sake, he didn't get that fixed. What do you think he'd be struggling with right now with that damage on his front end at a track like this?
He's going to be definitely struggling to find grip in the turns like he is now going up the track. It's going to be very hard on him to stick that partner in the turns.
Yeah, and terminology out there for the real, the NASCAR fans that eat, breathe, and sleep racing like I do. Basically, and Prowler hit it right on the head. You're not going to have grip. Why you're not going to have grip? Well, I'll tell you. It's going to make the car tight. Key word here is tight. The front end ain't going to want to turn, and you're going to push. And if your ass end of the car, excuse my language, but if the ass end of your car is loose, that's not going to help out anymore because you're going to end up losing it at some point. As you can see here, it looks like Prowler, watching him coming to turn 3, although I think he drifted up a little too much off of 4. I think he's got his car fixed. Although with how he just took that turn, it made it look like he was pushing. But I think he took the wrong line in. I think that's why he pushed up. But I would imagine he got that fixed. Here we go again. Starkiller's on pit road. His 3rd pit stop of stage 1. This is a 100-lap race, folks. We are still on stage 1. We have not got there yet. You're going to make a monstrous amount of pit stops, Prowler. I think you can agree there's going to be a ton of pit stops at Auto Club. Both Prowler and I will be racing Auto Club here in January, in February actually, when we go to Auto Club. I believe it's the 3rd race of the season because I think Atlanta's the 2nd, or it might be the 2nd race and Atlanta's the 3rd. But all of our leagues are going to run Daytona, Atlanta, and Auto Club in the first 3 weeks. So everybody is going to be at the same place. But as you can see, the 3 car come off the track. He's a little lower than he needs to be, but now well, here we go. Devin wanted me to mention it. I'm going to mention it. Fluffy's Lawn Care Service. Fluffy's not going to be happy about that.
3 cars are in on in the grass.
Yeah, we're watching it as it happens. I think he's struggling with some issues. In Star's defense, he just recently, within the last week, got used to racing with a wheel. So that's not something he's accustomed to. He's still getting used to it. I really felt like in practice yesterday that he made some strides, but I'm not really seeing that today. So I'm assuming there has to be something mechanically wrong with the car. Maybe it was the wrong preset or something. I don't know. If it's a preset, it's going to be mechanical. Fluff can even tell you Fluff's made that mistake before. But while we have this break, if you have some grass and you need it mowed, you can always call Fluffy's Lawn Care. If you want a puff, Fluff's got the stuff. Fluffy's Lawn Care. His service is always available, but you have to go through the BRS offices to get it. He is right now, at this moment, exclusive to both the BRS and the XRS, which will be racing this Saturday. There will be an exhibition race. Hopefully somebody in that race will be broadcasting it so I can sit there and watch it. Here out with the 4, we talked about him a little earlier. While I'm doing this, please try to catch up with the 14 car if you can, Prowler. This is Avenger 43. As you can see, he's got the Fields Ford Mustang car for Stuart Haas Racing, aka Ghost Motorsports, or GMS, if you will. Not the truck GMS, of course. He's looking really good. He's got a clean car. He looks really good on the straightaways as he comes down into turn 1. That's pretty much right where I would be at. I drove this car last year, so I know what this car can do here. I got 2nd here at Auto Club in his car. And Avenger did really well through 1 and 2. I like the line that he took. That's a line I would definitely take. As you watch him going down a backstretch, look at the car go up and down. It's amazing how bumpy it is. I mean, if there's one thing these teams spend a lot of money on, Prowler, I think it's shocks and shock absorbers and springs. That's got to be an expensive bill for these guys. So as you see, the 4 looks pretty good. I think he just needs a little bit more speed. Where are we on that 14 car that earlier folks had damage going to pit road? He hit the inside retaining wall. How's he looking now?
Well, he's looking, as I can see, it looks like his hood's bent a little bit as he's making his way around Nick. A little bit bumper contact there on the backstretch.
I got to tell you, folks, the way he started, he had the pole for this race, if you remember. He does have a strong car, and I know for sure that Auto Club has always played around into his wheelhouse. This is just Sunoco buying his time. He had a mistake. He made a mistake. He will recover from this. There's no way, probably. I think you agree that, as he got a little loose coming out turn 4 there. Maybe he's fighting a loose condition. Maybe he picked the wrong preset.
The stage is over.
Yes, I do believe the stage is over. Momentarily, folks. Yes, it looks like Drippy will get your stage win. The 13 of Auto, surprisingly, very strong. He will finish second. It looks like third will be Crow, and Cash and Checks will be fourth, as you see right there, the 18, 13, 41, and 8. And it looks like the 88. Is that accurate? Could Relic be fifth, or is Relic a lap down? We will find out momentarily as he is hopefully sending me here a picture momentarily of at least the top 10. I know we have 11 cars here, but you can do the math. You know, we should have it right here. And we do, folks. Results are in. As we get ready for the second stage, I will tell you it was Drippy, Auto, Crow, Cash and Checks, and Relic was your top 5 after that first stage. Sunoco fought all the way back up to 6th, Nick Ross 7th, Avenger 8th, Ghost Soldier 9th, Devin having issues in 10th. I'm not really sure why, but how about you lead this to the start right here, Prowler? I'm going to let you take throttle of this.
As they go green, 13 and 18 lead us away. They're all side by side coming in the train down. 13 Lana leads the way. They're all side by side fighting for positions, and the 8 and the 88 make a little bit of contact. And he hits around up in the wall.
Yes, you see that, folks, right there. You're on and around. We got one on the inside. This could bring out a caution as they fan out down a backstretch. I will let you know that Star was 2 laps down at that stage, and he will get the lucky dog. He finished 11th. So knowing that, here we are. I do not see a caution, Prowler. Oh, we got another car up there in the wall. The Tango's in the wall. Cash and Checks, as you see now, folks, this 8 car has got some damage. I'm telling you right now, remember what we just talked about, Prowler, the front end. Everything we talked about right now is what Cash and Checks, unfortunately, is dealing with. As we stroll through the field.
Look at Crow. Look at Crow for third.
I don't know about you, but I love it when that camera shakes. God, it gives me the goosebumpies, as Jennifer Lopez would say. The 13 got a little high coming off of turn 2, a little squiggly there, but he recovered quick enough to try to keep some of that momentum up. As you can tell, I got to tell you, man, this 18 car is lit. It's like watching Kyle Busch at Auto Club, let's be honest. He won a race there 2 years ago, 2018 when Bowman won it. The 88 cars you see right there won it in 2020. Kyle Busch won in 2019. As they go low right here, what a battle we have here. We really have a battle. I'm going to try to go to a car that's here, and look at this. I'm going to give you guys a view that we used to do for the BRL that some of the guys loved. Here we go. How about an aerial cam, Prowler? As we see, he puts the nose in there. The 4 car of Avenger puts it in there to go 3 wide. The 88 gets momentum. The 10 touches the wall, and here comes Nick and the 12 car right rear with the 4. The 88 car better be counting his purse, because we got some Gulf Motorsports cars coming in hot right behind him, while that 12 isn't. That 12 is sports. Oh, look at that little bump. Look at that little bump. Come on now. Who says we can't run like Bristol at Auto Club? Give it up now. Let's go. There's a 10 car. And here you go as you look now at this 14 car. He's coming. He's coming right there, as it looks like we have the 18 car, the 13 and a 41. What a battle for second. Don't look now. That 14's coming, as you see it here, folks. We're going to go aerial cam. Here we go. There's your 13 car of Auto. The 14's making a move on the 13 as they go side by side down a bumpy backstretch. And to third place, Sunoco just about clear. He hasn't cleared him yet, folks. Auto's still putting up a fight. I got to tell you, that 13 car looks good on the outside, Prowler. I want to ask you while we do this, you've raced here long enough. If something, of course, important comes up, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. But can you tell, what, in your opinion, what do you think the preferred line is around this track and why?
Well, the turns are very different, extremely different. The back stretch, I'll have to say towards the wall, but as soon as you come down to turns 1 and 2, I'll have to take the middle lane as the best lane, coming down turns 3 and 4. Let your car coast all the way to the bottom as possible and lift and get on the gas as quick as possible.
Now, I'm going to ask you a stupid question, Prowler, because I already know the answer. How drastic do you think the draft? Let me rephrase that. How big of a deal is it that the draft is set all the way low at a place like this when we're used to drafting here at this track?
Well, it's going to change things a lot different. It's going to show people what they're really, how good they really are. It's going to show how good they can handle the car without draft.
Now, see, this is a perfect example, folks. I'm gonna go back there in a pack because there's some action back there. But we're gonna go here for a minute. You got the 13, the 14, and the 41 battle out here. I tell you, I gotta love Otto in that 13 car, Prowler. He's doing very, very well tonight. He really is. And they're side by side. Now, here's what they're looking for 3 wide. I gotta tell you,
three wide.
He is looking really good up there. Ooh, look at that. We got just as we switched to the hood cam, we got a little bumpy. Oh, look at that. Boy, did he just clear him. This is crazy, folks. We're going to sit right here for a minute because I got a feeling when these guys aren't done yet. There's no way they're done yet. But as you see, here's a perfect example of the draft right here, folks. You can see, yeah, the 13 had a run, right? The 14 is behind the 41. Can you tell they're not really ganging, right? The 14 really isn't ganging a lot on the 41 Prowler. So I think that right there is a perfect example of how the draft is not working because we don't want it to work. And now as you see the 13 go ahead right here, Prowler, wouldn't this be the spot where the 41 would get the draft and pull right up?
Oh, yeah.
And I think that the draft being low really dictates a race. I think you can agree, Prowler, having a draft, like if you have the draft at normal, it's going to dictate a race. And not having draft is going to dictate a race, right? So maybe for a driver like Otto, maybe this is what he strives in. Here's Relic in the 88. Holla BMS car right here as we're a little spread out. I apologize for not showing you guys the action before, but I really kind of wanted to touch on that draft a little bit more. These last 5 cars right here seem to be fairly spread out. The 12 is looking good. I got to tell you, he's trying to make that high line work. Maybe I was wrong earlier, Prowler. Maybe he's trying to make that outside work. Maybe that's something he's trying to do. The 88 seems to be doing exactly what I'd hoped he'd be doing. He's looking really, really good compared to BRL last year. I've talked to Relic. Relic says he is pumped, ready, excited, and ready to get in victory lane. He loved racing the BRL last year, but you know, the one thing I love about Josh is he faces reality, right? He knows that he weren't going to win in a BRL. He knows that he was outnumbered, especially with skill level and talent. But kudos to Relic. He showed up every night. He still raced knowing he's going to get his butt whooped. And now that he's back in a BRL with drivers that he feels that he can compete with, there's a lot of excitement at 88 camp. And I got to tell you, as the owner of that 88 car, I am nothing short of excitement as we see the 3 pull off going to pit road. Now it looks like 3 is going to be pitting early. I'm kind of wondering, I don't know if this is a part of a strategy call, Prowler, but all night tonight he seems to be the car that pits the earliest.
Oh yeah, he's been having the most problems with this car. As he spun out already 2 times this race.
Here's Ghost right here. You can see he got his damage fixed. Looked like he was a little loose coming off too. I'm going to have to guess that some of these guys picked the wrong preset, Prowler, because the 10 I just don't see Dave being this bad. I really don't. I know Dave is more talented. You can tell he pushes right up in the center, or going into the center of the turn, and then he's down low. He's coming to pits. Oh, here we go. Sunoco is around again. That is unbelievable. We're going to try to go to the 14 as we see it here. More front end damage. This is the second time, folks, if you're keeping track at home, and I want to thank the 9+ viewers that we have. Thank you all for watching BRS broadcast of the BRL exhibition at the Auto Club Speedway. 100 lapper for these BRL Cup guys. The only drivers in BRL that are not here racing tonight are myself, Derek, and Fluff. We wanted to give these guys something else to shoot for. As you see, look what the computer's doing on pit road. Oh my God, I love it. The 10 just slaughtered the 14 on pit road. God, it's great to watch this. As you can see, the 14 is the second time, folks, tonight that he has had pit road issues. But I want to point something out right here. Yes, Headshaw guy. I'm sitting here watching this race, wishing I was out there too. I can feel the pain. I got to tell you, Prowler, this time during pit stops, the 13 wasn't as far back as they were before.
Yeah, he sure gained well off of that pit stop. He sure had a quick pit stop off of that one. But let me remind you of something. The 18 has been dominant this whole race. Like, I don't know what's in that hood, but he's a fast one. He's showing everybody what he's got. He has been.
And this is what I wanted, folks. I wanted to see who's got it and who needs still to work on. I'm a favor. I would ask Devin, but Devin's racing, so I can't ask him. What are we about in the BRS, Devin? Devin would say we're a series for the drivers, by the drivers. We're winners, winning champions prevail. I live, eat, breathe, sleep, and die by that saying, because that is what we are at the BRS. And I love that saying because it really shows who we are. But I am a huge fan of helping drivers get better. Otto was a wild card because I hadn't raced with him much. We don't know a lot about him. I mean, look at that way he took in a 3. I don't know if you're watching a 13 car, but he just entered that turn so good and just turned down. And I mean, that was a near perfect entry right there. That was really, really good right there. Otto's a wild card because I don't know what you're going to get with him. I'm not even sure he knows, let's be honest. But I got to tell you right now, we're watching this, and I think the lead is starting to get down a little bit, Prowler. It looks it to me.
It's starting to shrink. Looks like it's starting to shrink from my view.
Yes. Yes, it is. Here we are with the 8 of Tyler. It looks like he probably got his damage fixed, but as you can tell, the visual effects is that whole left front is just all beat to heck. It really is. I feel bad for him because he had a really good car. Top 5 car probably. The 88 and Avenger we got here. Excuse me, we got the 4 and the 88 battling side by side as they go into turn 3. The 4 gets the leverage on it. The 4 pushes up in the center, which is what a lot of people do at this track. A lot of people push up, especially if they enter wrong. But as you can see, Relic's got a really good run coming off the turn. Way to go, Relic. What? Holla, go get that 4 car 88. As he gets ready to go up there and pass, I want to pre-apologize. I should not be biased here in the booth. BRS rules and regulations state that no commentator can be biased. So I apologize for me being biased with my team cars, but I think everybody out there is rooting for Relic. Let's be honest. As we see, they're still side by side. Let's have an area view, folks. You can even tell from this angle the cars are bouncing, Prowler. It is amazing how much these cars bounce.
It is a very bumpy track indeed.
I mean, you can see even with the area view all the cracks in the track. 88 goes up. The 4 tries a slide job, comes back to the inside. This is a really good race right here, folks. This is great. This is what I wanted, Prowler. This is why I put the draft at the lowest. This is why we voted for it, is what I should say.
It shows people what they're made of.
Yeah, because this right here is really, you know, Avenger and Relic are getting better in front of your eyes. This is how drivers get better with battles like this. Avenger, I know he made the chase last year in the BRL. He made it all the way to the champion, you know, the round of 6 before he eliminated 2 for the championship 4. So now that we're going to allow 5 drivers to be in a championship next year, that's going to give that one more driver another, you know, chance. But Avenger pulls a power move on the inside off of 4. As they come across the start-finish line here, you still see Relic is behind here. But I got to tell you, that's a really good battle right there, Prowler.
Oh, yeah. They're sure going at it right now. They've been going at it for about 3 or 4 laps. I'm enjoying this battle.
I'll tell you right now, we are looking up here. We got the 41. Seems to be about the same distance. Maybe I'm wrong. A tenth or 2 different, maybe between the 13 and 41. But he seems to be running right about the same. As I want to go up here, we're going to... I don't want to pull a Dare Waltrip and only talk about the 18 because he's leading like he did with Kyle Busch, but we're going to go to the 18 car. Apparently his rear end damage still hasn't been fixed as we're coming up on a 3 car. I know Star's at least 1 lap down. It looks like he may be 2 here in a minute.
That's the 8 car.
But let's ride with the 18 here. We're going to do a full lap and a half right here, folks. We're going to ride with the 18 car as he comes at you. So anybody at home who's watching this, you better duck because the 18's coming right at your head. He's coming at you. You can see his line right there is not low. It's kind of about, you know, a half a groove up from the low line. And he holds it. He holds it really good. He comes off. He goes low a little bit, which is good, which is basically what I would do, except I'd be right about where the 13 car is right now. As you can see, he goes up near the wall, which is usually where I'm at, come to start finish line. And look, really good line right here, Prowler, as he enters turn 1 and 2. He's actually about a full lane up, maybe a full lane and a half up. This time coming off a 2. And it looks like he gets a really good run, but as you can see that 13 car, but it looks like that 13 gets a little more giddy up off of turn 2, and I think that's the only place where Otto is really ganging on him.
Well, I'm noticing Otto is starting to reel him in very, very slowly.
Yep. We should be at least close to being halfway through this stage, if not into the latter part of the second stage, before we hit the home stretch here, but as you can see, the 13, we got 2 different, it's amazing, folks, how we have 2 completely different lines here with these drivers. Now the 18 car is right on the bottom. The 13 is a half a lane up as he drifts up in the center, which is how your car would normally react. It looks like he just got a hair loose, a really tiny hair loose off of turn 2. I got to tell you, Drippy's looking really good, Prowler. Drippy is looking really, really good tonight. He is on it. I mean, he is doing what Kyle Busch would normally do at this track back in 2019.
That is
but I got to tell you, unlike Ty Dillon, that 13 car is coming. That 13 is coming. I'm really excited because this is a guy who I wasn't sure what we would get, how good he really was. but I had high hopes in him, and I wanted him to be a factor, and I think he is right now. And he is catching him, Prowler. He has got, look at that gang in his center. That is a huge gang.
Factor, though? Will the 8 car play a factor?
Oh, yes. I didn't even see it because we're looking at the car going front. No, we can't say the draft, right? Because right there, Prowler, the 13 would have got the draft of the 8. And I would put the 13 right up.
In on a big time that back stretch.
We have a battle for the lead, folks. I hope you're ready for this. This could be really, really good. That oh, they're pitting. They are pitting.
18-13.
Oh, the 13. Whoa, we almost lost it. Whoa, he got past that yellow line. Holy cannolis, wow. Batman. Robin just stole an egg. Right there. You saw the egg get stolen. The 13 got across the line.
He is still in this race. What a save by Mr. Otto. That
was a great save. We're going to try to go through the field here. We see a lot of guys pitting. The 3 is on pit road again as he's getting ready to leave. The 10's pitting. And here's Sunoco, and I got to tell you, that's a lot better entry right there, Eric. Good job, buddy. Keeping it straight going on a pit road. Who do we have? This is just about everybody on the track is pitted. As you see those guys starting to pit right now. Who is on the track? We got the 3. Oh, we got the 24.
Star almost came up on top of the 24 of Devin.
Yeah, he did good. Going to have to... Oh, Star got on the track too early. That's 2 drivers. Call to the hauler. Star Killer and the 8 car need to be called to the hauler after this race.
Look at that hood damage on the 24.
24 is still out there. Let's see what we got here. Has he pitted yet? I don't think he has.
He has not pitted.
Let's see. Oh, look at that front end damage. That, as you folks can tell here, as you get to the point of the Chevy, you can tell right where that bow tie is, right in the center of the bow tie. The Chevy car, the Camaro's ZS1 there, or ZL1, whatever it is. I think it's a ZL1. They come to a point, right? So that is like, it's almost kind of like a jet flying through air, where that little point in the center separates the air, right? Which is really good at Talladega and Daytona, which is why I can't wait for Daytona, because I think, you know, all my cars will be good there. But with that damage right there in the left front, that kind of pushes it in, right? So now he's fighting, I would assume, Prowler, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would assume he might be dealing with a little bit of tightness in the right front.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice as he goes in the turns, his car starts to lift up. That's enough now you're working his way around him.
While you're watching us, folks, we got old tires versus new tires. I got to tell you, though, Devin's holding on pretty good. Because we know the 14 pitted, right? Who needs a new hood, by the way.
Fresh tires, too.
That guy needs a new hood. I'm just saying, maybe Devin did pit. Maybe we didn't catch it. If we didn't, folks, I apologize for not having the correct information on whether or not Devin pitted. But I do appreciate y'all watching. You've had people come and go. I love it. This is the 24 car right here. He held him off, so I'm thinking maybe he pitted a lot before when all these guys did. And here we go with the lead, folks. Meow, right there. And here's the thing, like, here's the other thing too with the draft. This is how the draft really affects. If these two get side by side, the 41 can catch up, right? Well, that's with or without the draft. These two catch up, they go side by side. As the 18 gets a little bit into the wall right there, the straightaway, that helps the 13 out a lot. The 41 can catch up, but see, once the 41 gets close, Prowler, agree with me or not, he's going to have to use his skill level to get by him, because the draft will pull him in, obviously, right, if he gets close. Ooh, the 13, the 13 is sideways.
Oh, such a horrible sight to see for the 13. He was so strong.
Oh my God, he was right up on her an 18 car, looking like he had something, but the good news, folks, is this is only the second stage. Oh, so there's a lot of...
long way to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left here. We're going to try to look at it here, folks. I'm going to try to get the camera here so we can try to check. Looks like right here we have front end damage. Right there, you see the lizard. He's looking at you. Hope y'all don't mind lizards. Hope they don't scare you because he's looking at you. Right there, and you got some front end damage right there. It looks like the right front. When he hit the wall, it did look like he kind of went right front first a little bit. I think probably this kind of goes right back, right, to the conversation about being tight.
So he's struggling for grip right now, as you can see.
Yeah, as you can see, that right front does not want to turn at all. We're going to sit with him here for another half lap or so, just to see he gets his line going into 3 and 4. And I just feel like he got a little wiggly right there. And as you can see, he pushes up off the turn, which tells me that it's not the car. That's just what he's doing. And also, probably, doesn't this force the driver to change their line?
It does, big time. If you have air damage, you have to figure out which lane is best for you with that damage.
Yep. Why couldn't Formula One be this easy, right? All that technical win stuff. But as you see here, folks, he's completely changed his line in 1 and 2. He's not coming off 2 like he was. You know, so knowing that, it's going to make his job difficult. We see the 88 car. I got to tell you, this car is spick and span. And no, that's not a promo for spick and span, but it does work. I'm just saying. So the 88 car looks clean. Here we go with the 41. As you can see, here's the gap to the 18. And I got to tell you, when the 13 was up there, Prowler, it looks like the 18 was getting a little nervous. Because let's be honest, he really hasn't had.
He was starting to hit the wall and stuff. Yeah.
He really hasn't had competition this whole race, right? So he's kind of been an island of his own out there somewhere in California, separated. And then, you know, now we got this. Here's Nick. We'll go to Nick. Looks like he's driving by himself. He's got Relic right back there. They're looking really, really good. Right now, everybody's spinning out. That's one thing you deal with this track, folks, is it's Auto Club. It's a 2-mile track, much like Michigan. Pocono, which is a 2.5-mile track. And Indianapolis, which is another 2.5. You know, at some point after 3-4 laps, if you can get through those 3 or 4 laps, Prowler, we all get spread out. And then that's when you decide who's quick, who's not. You know, some guys are starters, some guys are closers. I'm really anxious to see, though, if that 14 car can get it figured. How good is he going to be at the end of this race? Right? And I do believe this is the end of the stage.
And Drippy is your stage 2 winner. He has swept the stages.
Yes, he has. So far, he qualified second, swept the stages. It sounds like my race at Michigan. And not my race at Michigan, a race at New Hampshire or something that I did. But here we go. You got the 18 car. I can guarantee you, folks, that he's the winner. The 41 car would be second, because that would be Crow.
I believe third is Nick. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm looking for it right now. Well, we have the 8 car in between here, right? We have the 8 cars behind a 41, but the 8 car is a lap down, to my acknowledgement. Star was 11th. We have right here, here's your stage 2 results, folks, as we're going to I'm going to change this picture real quick. I want to get up front. Here we go. This is the way I did it for the BRL guys. This is the way I'm going to do it here. Here you go, folks. I'm going to wait a minute. I do have the results from the second stage, but we have the race going on right here. I do not want any of you to not see anything that's happening here at the start. As expected, Drippy goes out. Relic pushes way up high. The 12 to the inside. The 10 looking for 3 wide. The 10 just punted. The 10 just punted the 88. And the 88 spins out in the wall.
Oh my.
They're 3 wide. The 12, the 24, the 10. And I think that's the 14 back there pushing them. I'm not sure where the 13 is, to be honest. But we're going to go with this cam right here so you can see. Oh, look at this. These guys are begging for 4 wide. I know we're concentrating on 18 here, folks, but I want you to be able to see the battle here. Here we go. This is a better battle. Let's look at the 13 car. Since right here, there was no caution. That's the thing we have with Lex cautions, folks. You know, they're either going to be one or isn't. Everybody's on the same playing field. The 12 looked a little loose going in, but I think he did a good job saving it. It's the 24 is pushing him. We got the 13 bump to 12.
12 into the 24 and in the wall.
This is exciting, folks. 3 wide. Here we are. 4, 12, 13, 3 wide. Going down a backstretch. The 24 looking for room. The 10 looking for room. The 14 is looking for room. Where do we go? I don't know, but my goosebumpies tell me this is exciting. I don't know about you, Prowler, but I'm loving this. This is good stuff right here. We have the 18 right there. The 41 is pulling away, and guess who's third? Knock, knock. I'm back. That's right, folks. You see it right there.
Right back in
the Geico Chevy Camaro ZL1 is right there in third place with the 24. We're talking, I'm telling you, that Brutal Motorsport, or the Batman Motorsports, I apologize, I hope I don't get sued for that. The Batman Motorsports cars starting to look a little strong. This Joking Motorsports car is looking really, really good. And we have, guess who's fourth, Prowler? The 14 car. I now think, look who's fifth. I told you guys at the start of this race that this is a guy to watch for, to be there somewhere near the top 5 at the end of the race. And here he is, Avenger 43. He's sitting right there behind the 14 cars. He's fighting with Nick. Real quick, while we have this going on, Prowler, I'm going to go over stage 2 results. Real quick, we do have, remember, Star was 11th. Okay, Cash and Checks, the 8 car, was the lucky dog, and he was in 10th. We had Drippy with the wing. Crow was second. Otto finished third. Nick in a 12 with a really great run in fourth. Back-to-back fifth place stage finishes for Relic, Prowler. How about that? That's awesome. Then we had Avenger in 6th, Devin was 7th, Ghost was 8th, and Sunoco was 9th. So Drippy takes both stages. Relic took 2 top 5s. That really excites me. I'm very happy with that. We've got some work to do when it comes to the 3 car. But there it is, folks. As you can see it right here. I'll try to switch drivers here so we can get a little bit of excitement. This is Relic. I really hate to see this because he had a very solid run in this race, and he's going to have, as you can see, folks, he's way behind. And I think he's tight because he just hit the wall going into 3. And Relic may be, a little inexperienced with that with damage. But don't worry, Relic, you get it, bud. You'll get there. Thankfully, it's only an exhibition, so we won't lose a lot from this. As we check here, the 18 car is still out there, Prowler. I'm not really, and I just want to throw this out there, but now we have a battle for 2nd between a 13 and the 14. They both got by Crow.
Oh, the 10 is in the grass.
As we see here, we got the 14 on the inside. As you heard, the 10 car went through the grass a little bit. I would assume he's okay. We have a battle for 2nd, folks. Right now, your pole sitter, who's got into the pit wall, entry to pit wall twice on the inside of the track. Sunoco Sunburn, aka Eric, is up to 2nd. Great run from him, but see, and this is what I was talking about, folks. The 14-13 were side by side, right? So the 41 car catches them. But see, here's the difference with the draft. If there was a draft there, that 41 could have made 3 wide and got them both, right? No draft, not going to happen tonight. I don't know who this Michael Bunk character is, but he's sitting there saying, "Let's go, Fluffy." Dude, you're on the wrong channel. I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're too high. Who knows? But either way, thank you for watching, Fluff. Appreciate it, bud. As we sit here, I'm going to go to the 14 car because I really want to kind of get a gather here of what we are as far as the leader. I don't want to go to the leader. I want to try to stay here while there's the leader right now. We'll change it. Well, so you can see how his lead is almost a half a straightaway. Drippy is just on it today. I don't know.
He's been dominant. He's doing what Cowboys would normally do at the chair.
I don't know what he injected. I don't know what he drank. I don't know what he smoked. All I know is it's something good and I want some of it. This guy has definitely been on it today. As we see right here, a battle. An aerial battle between a 41. I shouldn't say aerial battle because it's not like they're in the sky, right? A battle with the 41 and 13. I think that incident, Prowler, as they touch a little bit in the center of 1 and 2. Yeah, I think that incident that the 13 had in the last stage when he was right up in 18, I think that changed the balance of that car. I don't think that car is what it was.
It definitely changed the performance of the car.
Yeah, I got to tell you right now, after this race, folks, since we're in the final stage, the race winner will be invited and we will interview him. And we're going to pick a random driver to come in here. I don't know, but my top 2 candidates right now is Otto gets a little sideways there in the front stretch. While it'll be the 14 and 13 car, because these 2 guys have definitely had an eventful race.
Side by side is good racing contact. They're sure going at it.
Yep. Especially Eric. Oh, look at that, a little bump right there. You saw it here first, folks, on BRS TV. You saw that 41 bump the 13 a little bit, and they're getting a little nip and tuck there. I think Crow might be looking for a hug. I don't know if that's what he wants. Maybe Otto's the one that needs a hug after that accident last stage. Who knows? But this is a really enlightful battle, and I think you have to say the unknowns with this 13 car coming in, Prowler. I think he's been very shocking tonight, and I think he's really opened some eyes.
Oh yeah, he's been very strong. He's looking for a good finish tonight.
See it, folks. It's starting to get spread out. But I want to ride here. Let's go back here in the pack a little bit, give these guys some TV time. Holla, holla for the 8 car. Cash and Checks is back on the lead lap. And he's already passed the 3 car, obviously, which is 0 lap now. We know that Relic's back there now. So I'm assuming, good Lord willing, Creek don't rise, and I'm right. If I can get behind here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm thinking he's 7th. Looks like we may have Avenger 5th. Nick 6th. And Cash and Checks 7th. As they act like they're pitting, and they are pitting. Wow, all the leaders. And the 14 car had a problem again.
See, that might be what causes him the win.
And the 3 went through the grass. How ironic the owner of Fluffy's Lawn Care Service thinks that Fluffy's Lawn Care Service did a great job. Like we'd expect him to say anything different, right? Come on now, Fluff. Here we are with Star. Star went through the grass. We're really going to have to do some R&D on that car. Oh my God. Oh Lord. The 12 car just slaughtered the 4 car on pit road. God, it was great. Sorry, Avenger. I don't mean to laugh at you, but Here we are with the 10, bro. He just took the 88 out. Oh my God, Prowler. Pit road is just as exciting as the race.
It's so funny watching that happen.
I think we have somebody that just came out ahead of the 18 car. Oh, I think that's the 88. I think that's who that is. Is that Relic right there?
Yep, that is Relic.
Okay. Thanks for making that official. I got to tell you though, I don't know if this 18 car is going to get beat. It looks really good. Obviously, the damage that you see, he's fixed. That was back from the first stage, whenever it happened. And there's those cars. I just don't know. It is amazing how dominant that 18 car has been in this race. I'm not going to lie to you folks. We've been plugging you all night, Fluff. I just want you to know, though, I wasn't looking for a dominant performance tonight. I was looking to see who's got what. But I think Prowler, you can agree, even though he's not in the BRL, Drippy might make a case here for this BRL championship going forth.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be a strong competitor for that championship.
Let's go a little action here. We got the 41-14 teammates up here at Ghost Motorsports. Dave has to be thrilled. Crow has been, on average, one of the better drivers all night tonight. I'm not surprised. If anybody is, I tell him they're crazy. I expect Christian to be like this. If he's listening while he's racing, I'm not trying to get you nervous or anything, and I just saw you get loose. I hope that wasn't me. But Crow, you've done an amazing job tonight, bud. If you're listening, he's done absolutely everything I expect out of him tonight. But Eric, I gotta tell you, that 14 car, I don't think he's done yet. But man, I gotta tell you, that lead looks pretty big.
Oh yeah, the only thing I can think of that can stop the 18 car is a caution.
And I'm not sure he's going to get that. As we sit here, this man is just flying. Fluff, I know you're sitting there. I know you're watching this, Fluff. I know you're thinking in the back of your head, this might be different than I was there. I've been thinking the whole thing this same race. Obviously, Derek won this race last year. Derek he sits there and says, oh, Auto Club sucks. I'm like, the guy freaking won the BRL race there. So, Derek, you're lying. We know it. Be quiet. And congrats again on your win at Auto Club last year. And all good sportsmanship. But I think, obviously, you got the three big drivers, right? The big three, if you will. Not to steal the words from NBC with the Xfinity a couple years ago with Christopher Bell, Reddick, and Custer. But, the big three drivers are out. And Drippy has really shined. I think the spotlight is definitely on him now. He definitely has to be in talks to do this. This makes me feel like I'm going to have to step up my game, Prowler, at least at Auto Club, right? Because now we know how good he is. So like Fluff is my teammate, and Derek, when the three of us go, ironically we're teammates, when the three of us go back to the shop and we get some R&D in, we now know that there is a driver outside of this team that we're going to have to compete with. And obviously by the looks of it, he has been just nothing short of strong this whole race. I really do hate it for Relic that he had those problems. It really does suck because he had a strong car. Here we are back to the 13 car, and here he comes again, Prowler. 13's in second.
Oh yeah, 13 is very strong. He just passed the 14 from second place. He's looking for the 18 car. I don't know if it'll be enough time to get him.
Yep, for sure. I'm going to tip my hat to all these drivers. I mean, some drivers have made minor mistakes. We saw the 13 pretty much dictate the night for the 88. The 18's been strong all night. Hats off to him. The 14 car got into inside retaining wall, making a pit stop not once but twice. Here he is up in third, fighting for second place. The 41 car of Crow. Oh, we got Relic spin on a backstretch as the leaders are coming. Oh, he hit the 13 and the 14. That might be a caution.
That might be a caution. That
Devin
might be
goes.
What they needed.
Oh, and he just got jammed by the 8 car. Oh my God, folks! You want to shut me up? You guys want to shut me up? That's how you do it, right there. That's how you do it. You shut me. There is a caution, folks.
The 18 did not want to see that.
There is. Oh my God! Look at the back of the 13 car as you look here from the back of Nick's car to 12. Wow, that car is pushed up. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Prowler. Who am I talking to? Correct me if I'm wrong, Prowler. But wouldn't that be the big one at Auto Club?
Oh yeah, never seen something like that before in online racing.
I've seen a couple like that. I've seen Almirola drill the wall before, like that. Oh, Mr. Huff is on. He's on there. Hey, Fluffy. Okay, here we are. I'm going to try to go with the leaders here real folks quick. I'm going to give you the view. Huff and Fluff, they should know this view. I've done it with those guys a lot when they were up front. Here we go, man. 18, 41, 13, 24. Top 4 coming in line. We got the 8 and 5th even with that damage, he got fixed. And then we got the 14 and 6. Obviously, he lost a few spots off that. Here we go. They were side by side for a quick second. You just can't stay side by side with this 18 car Prowler as he starts to take off again. As we see the 10 and the 12 kind of go up towards the wall, they both got tight.
Oh, 10 and 12, they're coming down the track. Oh, that's
yeah, but they saved it. Good save, Nick. Good save, Dave. Good job on that, buddy. Both of you. Good job. Here we go. The 13 looking to the inside. He wants to take second. Here comes Cash and checks. He has not been in the top 3 all night. He has not had a shot at the leader. Is he going to be the guy that we didn't expect or count on for this? I told Devin, you know, if you got the hammer down, hammer it down and do what you got to do in that 24. And here comes Devin on the inside, looking to make 3 wide.
Look at Cash in third.
Here we go, folks. I'm going to try to go back here. Well, let's do an aerial view right here, folks. I apologize for jumping cameras, but when the BRL guys did this, man, I tell you, these aerial views were phenomenal. As you can see, here's the 8 right here. I'm doing my best stuff. I'm trying to bring all those memories back. Hopefully this is a good broadcast for you all. I'm doing my best. I'm a little rusty. But this is exciting, folks. I got to tell you, Auto Club usually is long, drawn out, and boring. But these BRL guys have not disappointed. I mean, even with the skill level being different to PRL, these guys have got it working tonight. They came to play. And I got to tell you, the 14's right back there, the 8. And this 8 car, where'd he come from? I mean, I know Tyler came from his mom, but I'm not sure the 8 car came from. Although I should know because it's a Joker Motorsports car, right? As we see, oh, somebody getting the wall off of 2. Is that Relic? I think that was Relic. Look at this run that Sunoco has on the 8 car. This is, oh, look at the 24. Is he cut down? Oh, the 24 cut down on a 41. The 41 did not have a good restart there in the first 2 turns, and here comes Sunoco looking for that. As you see it from the leader's view, and we have a race for the lead. Thank you, Prowler, for saying that. I go to the lead, and here we are, folks. This is your lead. This is the second time tonight that the 13 car has been this close, and it's only the second time that these guys, that the 18 car has had any form of, you know, competition. I mean, do you think Otto has enough to pull this off, Prowler?
I believe he does. He's got the strongest car. I believe he's the only car that can keep up with that 18 car, so he might show him what's up.
You have a fan, Prowler. Mr. Bunk, a.k.a. Fluff, just went on here and said, go, Prowler, woohoo, smiley face. So you got a fan out there, Prowler. Apparently you're doing a good job. And again, I appreciate you being here tonight to enjoy this race. This race with me. And I apologize for laughing, but these guys are talking about how high they are. That's ridiculous. So it's hard for me to really concentrate. It's a great conversation. Half, I love you, buddy. Here we are again, the 13 car. I do believe that's the 14 and 3rd. Is that correct, Prowler?
That is correct.
Okay, we're sitting here looking for 4th. Devin and the 8 car. These are 2 guys who haven't really been up here. I'd say 90% of the night, at least, maybe a little bit more. They haven't been. But they're both Chevys, you know, Joker Motorsports, Batman Motorsports right here. You know, we all know what Batman says, right? Without you, you can't have me. And Joker says, well, without you, there is no me. So without Batman, there is no Joker. Without Joker, there's no Batman. And here you go right here, Joker versus Batman. This is a typical DC Universe battle that we see right here. I'll shut up about that now, and I'll get back to the race. Thank you. Looks like Devin makes a clean pass. Tyler gave him a lot of room. And he's there now. 41, I got to tell you, Prowler, I'm a little shocked at how that 41 is right now.
That 41's a strong out race. He's been in the top 5 of her race.
He has, but he's not in the top 5 now. You know, which is kind of surprising. You know, that's really where it's at. As you see, guys are starting to fan out. But as you can see, I'm telling you, those top 3 cars are there. I'm not really sure. Here's Dave. Dave's been struggling all night. I hope Dave can figure out. Hopefully Dave knows what the problem is. He's not my teammate, of course, but hopefully he can figure it out. Again, that 18 car, which is 420 Motorsports. Now that I said that, Fluff is probably going to root for the 18 car since it's 420 Motorsports. But he's up there with the leaders. Here you see Devin. Devin, hats off to you, buddy. You've recovered nicely. Top 4. I'm not sure. Is he catching 3rd? It looks like Devin might be really fast right here in catching these guys, Prowler.
Yep, I see that there's a 14 car in the back starting to hunt him down a little bit as they're battling the lead.
Here we go with the leader. We got the 13 car pulling up on the 18. Again, guys, you got to remember.
14 might be a factor in this race too.
That 24 though could be something. I see the one thing like watching PRL races with Salzy is that I had this broadcast, so I can kind of have an idea of how many laps are left. We're seeing it live. Of course, broadcasts, even with you watching at home, are a couple seconds behind. So when I say hoo-ha, now you're probably hearing hoo-ha. So, you know, that's what it is. And Fluff says, no matter if it's 420 Motorsports or not, you ain't going to root for him because he's in a Toyota. Check that. I'm with you, buddy. I feel the same. Here you go. We're going to look at this view right here. Fluff said, yeah, I'm good with the Toyotas. I'm good. Here we go right here. We got the 13 car still right there. Do you think the 14 can really be a factor in this, Prowler?
I believe he is. That's a 13, the 18 starting to battle. He's starting to reel him down, so he might be a factor.
Of course, I have to say, as I said this about Devin, Devin will probably not like me after this race, but I'm his car owner, so he has to, right? Whether he likes it or not. The 24 cars, I try to change cameras here. He looks about the same now. He doesn't look like he's ganged. He doesn't look like he's losing. I like his line. His line looks good. It looks like he's fixed all the damage. He's a little bit higher off exit than what I would be. I'd be up closer to the wall. You know, coming off as I say that, look what he does. He goes up to the wall. How ironic. And then right here's what I would probably late in a race. If I'm looking for a big run to gang on drivers, that's exactly what I would do, what Devin just did. I'd look for it. Looks like he got the apron a hair. I will say, I should have probably mentioned this at the start of the race. You get on that apron in 1 and 2. People don't really get on 3 and 4 unless they're pitting. But I think you can agree, Prowler, in 1 and 2, in a truck race when I ran here last season, I had a very strong truck. I felt a truck that should have won as they start to make pit stops. Oh, the 14 does it again, Prowler. He hits the inside wall on pit road.
And that would have been Fox's race. That might
have been a race for the 14 car, the Blue Death Ford Fusion of Ghost Motorsports. I am shocked. Eric is extremely talented and one hell of a driver. He makes BRS that much better, and he's made 3 mistakes tonight, and all 3 were the exact same mistakes. That's been a tough night for that 14 team. He's got a car that could compete for this win. He's not giving himself the breaks. As we sit here and we watch Devin, I think it was wise.
24.
Let me ask you this, Prowler. Do you think it was wise that the leaders pitted all together?
I think it concerns who comes out first. As you
see,
the
look who it is.
beats the 18 out of the pit road.
We're going to go to the front here. Wow. New leader, folks. Put it down in your paper for the first time.
I believe Drippy got penalized.
For the first time tonight, folks, this is no lie, from the start of the race, Drippy took the lead on the first lap. Has not looked back since. We have somebody spinning off of turn 2. And it's the 8 car. 8 car just took somebody with him. The 24 car is an inside wall. There's Devin. Look at the front end damage. Is that a caution? That is probably not what Otto wanted. If there is a caution right here, that is going to help.
No, caution is not out.
Caution's not out. I was going to say, if there's a caution, that is going to help that 18 car out tremendously. It would help the 14 car out. I'm sure that's what you wanted.
The 18 got blood flags.
That had to have been. I didn't see no damage. Really, I didn't see it. You see right here, this is, wow, what a change of events we have here, folks. Man, I gotta look at, where is he? I don't see him, Prowler, do you? I got the 13 car coming at my face. Hopefully he doesn't run me over. And I see no 18 car in sight at all.
18 car.
None. I don't know where he is. This is like a revelation, folks. This is like saying,
he can turn 3 and 4.
This is like saying Jesus is going to come up. He's going to come down from the heavens and get us. This is what kind of, well, it's not that major. I take that back. I don't want people getting away for that. But this is a huge revelation for racing right here. This moment that just happened. That 13 car is out there. Joker Motorsports. This is a guy who did not practice with us last night. And he is just on it. And I don't know. Devin is listed as the team owner. We have the 24 cars back on pit road, Prowler, with his damage that he got.
Yep, sucks for the 18 car. He's been dominant all race long.
Here we go. I'm not sure. Is there a way? Can you do me a favor, Prowler? Can you get to the 13 car? And I want people to know the difference, right? I'm not sure where he is on a track right now. I am riding with Drippy. Okay, the next time, people, this is what I'm going to do. Prowler, when that 13 car gets to the start-finish line, say now. When you say now, that will give people the idea of the gap from 13 to the 18 car. Because much like Real Life TV, this is who they be talking about, right? Oh, he got a pit road speed penalty like Denny Hamlin at Martinsville or something when Hamlin's dominating. Oh, he got a pit road speed penalty like 50 laps to go, he's done. right? So we're going to have a moment of silence here, and as soon as he hits the start-finish line, say now.
Now.
And look at that, folks. We are, the 18 car is not even. He's right before the center of the turn. So he is literally a half a straightaway and a half a turn. I guess we could say that's like a quarter of the track, which would make sense. That is a lot. And look who, now the problem is, who's in second. I'm riding with the 13 car, and I don't see anybody. On this whole back straightaway, I see nobody at all.
I believe Carl Buster's in second. I believe it.
We're going to watch the 8 car. I thought he had damage out of that. Maybe not. Here's the 88. I tell you, that might have helped Relic out. Relic might have got some spots off of this.
The leader's in the grass. The leader just went in the grass.
Well, I'm assuming, folks, we got to be getting near the end of the race, right? It's over here on the East Coast. It's 9:51 p.m. Eastern Time. We've been here for a while. We've been here for over an hour already. We're working on an hour and a half. And I am watching a race that I just, wow. And this is why they have that saying, it's never over till it's over. It's not over till the fat lady sings. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. This is why, folks, if you had done this Prowler scripted, who would you think would have won this race if it was scripted from the start? The 18 car, right?
I would have won. I would have
right now, man, we're an auto club, right? 47 miles east of LA. I'm a director in Hollywood. I just threw the script in the trash. I threw it over my head, landed in the trash. I'm done. I can't direct this anymore. This is what it is. This is what I love. This is kind of what the BRL was all season. I've seen Salzano win a race he shouldn't have won. I've seen, Fluffy, we didn't broadcast it, unfortunately, because it would have been a great race to broadcast with Fluffy winning Kansas. That's a race Fluffy should have won. But he out-strategized, the strategist himself, Salzy, won that race. And I remember Salzy had issues at, like, Vegas or something, and yet somehow, Salzano found a way. And this is what we're looking at, folks. We're looking at the 13 car, not physically, of course. But we're looking at the 13 car, and he's a guy to beat. I don't think there's any question about it that he's the guy to beat right now. Here we are looking at the 14. I would assume, look at the rear end of his car is definitely beat up a little bit. You can see and a fabrication on the back. You see the cracks. Looks like if you really look at it, folks, it looks like if you go over right where it says Blue Death, yeah, holler, sponsor shout out. You go right over from left to right, and it looks like Prowler, if you're looking, I don't know if you are, but it looks like that spoiler's pumped up a little bit. Maybe it's my eyes deceiving me, but that's what it kind of looks like. And if he's actually dealing with that, what do you think, Prowler? Do you think that'd make the car loose? The rear of the car loose?
If it's the rear car, if the aero damage is on the rear car, it will make the car spring a little bit off the turn.
So basically what you're saying, it has the opposite effect of if you have right front damage, your car is going to push in the turn with no grip. This is going to give you too much grip and you're going to be loose. Which for me in racing would make sense. Anybody who races, I think that would definitely make sense. And we do our best, folks, here. I mean, I don't have Larry Mack beside me. Keep talking about the 4th of July. As he always says, I love the way he says July. I really like it. Thank you, TW Spammer. I'm not sure who you are, but thank you for the compliments. Mr. Huff says, rear damage does get you loose. Correct. Thank you, Huff. I guess we do have Larry Mack. He's just not here. Is that the end of the race? That may have been it.
And Aldo is the race winner.
That's the end of the race right there, folks. If it is, I'm waiting for an official response. If it is, you are looking at a driver who has never run a BRS race in his life. This was his first ever BRS race, and it looks like he may have won it. Granted, it's not an official race. I am still waiting unofficially. You say it's over. I have sent a message to Devin. I'm waiting for him to look at it and respond. And here we go, folks. Are you ready? Here we are. Otto is your race winner. How about those apples, folks? Crowbusters get second. Relic, oh my God. Are you hollering me? Relic finishes third, everybody. Relic finishes third. Avenger fourth. Drippy. The guy who dominated this whole night finishes 5th with both stage wins. Nick 6th, Sunoco 7th with those 3 mistakes. Go Soldier 8th, Star and Cash and Checks, respectively, 9th and 10th finished 1 lap down. And Devin finished at least 1 lap down, if not 2. He finished in last. And here we go, folks. You see it. The fastest lap of the race was the guy who did not win it. Had some mistakes, unfortunately. A 39.403 was your fastest lap, folks. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to get out of this lobby, and we're going to right now. I'm going to get this up. I apologize for the screen, folks, but we are going to talk to this man. I want this kid in here because this is awesome. Almost gets me emotional. We're going to talk to 2 people who usually don't get talked to. We're going to invite 3 people in. I don't care. I'm bringing in the guy who was dominant all night. We're going to bring in a guy who won. And we're going to bring in a guy because he deserves the time that he got. And that's being Relic. Relic deserves it. And real quick, Devin is talking to me. And here he is, folks. We're going to talk about it right now. I want to first say that I want to congratulate all drivers on a really good race tonight. Man, I tell you, I'm emotional because I love it when somebody who's never run a race with me, who's never run a race in a series, and you come in and you're a wild card. Prowler and I have been talking all night. I'll get the fans out of here so that way they can see your car, because this is one thing I want to do when we broadcast, is get your car up. But first off, congratulations. Let's get that out of the way. Awesome win. Obviously, you had some bad luck, and then you had luck go your way. So obviously, that played a role as it does in every single race. I have to find your car here, so that way I can get it up so people can see it. You did something that Ty Dillon will probably never do, so congrats to that. First of all, I want to get this out of the way. This is your first ever BRS race. You drive for my satellite team, Joker Motorsports, Devin being the owner. How did you feel coming into this race, and how were you taking this race coming in?
Honestly, I was just trying to be as calm as possible. Obviously, I've never raced with any of you guys, but I know everyone here is going to race everyone with that. Honestly, I just took it as if, it was a championship. Honestly, I just kind of came in and was like, I'm going to try and win, if not fight for it. And it just paid off being consistent and not making mistakes.
I think definitely the word consistent would definitely be something. Hold on one moment. We're saying share voice from party to hear him. You need to share your voice. Can you do that real quick?
Yes, sir.
Go in your settings. We'll skip over that first question, but as soon as you get it done, let me know. I'm hoping Relic and Jerpy come in here. Jerpy had an unbelievable car tonight. That thing was a bullet.
Broadcast settings.
Awesome race, everybody.
Huff said they can barely hear you. Fluff said he can't hear you at all.
Who's that?
Fluff and Huff.
Include link and audio clips. Can they hear me now?
Hopefully they can hear you. Oh, that's you, Prowler? Really?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hold on. 1 second, I gotta switch controller because my controller was about to die during that race.
Okay. While you do that, I'm going to try to get these 2 guys in here because I need to talk to them.
Alrighty.
Oh, Relic's already in here and Jerpy's already in here. I guess I'm the one that's not paying attention. They pay me all this money to... Oh, wait, I'm paying myself, so never mind. I'll take that back. So anyway, Otto, we just, just to catch people up real good, Crow said congrats on the win. Great race to you. That was the 41 car. I just asked him how he felt coming in, and he said he was kind of hoping that he'd stay calm and relaxed coming in because he's never run a BRS race here with these guys. And he tried to just keep his composure and stay as consistent as he could. I think the word of the night for you is consistent. I want to go back to the race before we talk about the end, of course. You were catching the 18 car really quick. We were on this broadcast. We were going over about how nobody had anything for him all night, and you just all of a sudden it was like you hit the boost button and you caught him. And when you came out of turn 2, you made wall contact, and that kind of took you out. What we thought was just going to take you out of the whole race. Can you walk us through what happened and how you got things back together from that?
Well, honestly, when I I just had straight aero damage. So I just tried to recover as fast as I could, keep it going straight, and just finish out as much as I could. Had to obviously adjust my line to keep the gap on fourth place, and just made it to the end and made some adjustments to the car. And after that, it just kind of, I had to do some more work. It just didn't feel right, and just finally got it to work.
All right, well, we're still having some technical difficulties here with people hearing you, but I'm just going to move along, and I apologize to those people who can't hear him or are having a hard time hearing him. That was a great comeback for you. They said they can hear you, but barely. But anyway, it was a great comeback for you. I think Prowler can agree. We counted you out. We really did. And then, of course, that was stage 2, if I'm not mistaken. And that stage break is obviously what you needed, right? That's what you needed to get back. And for a while, I thought the 41 was there, but Christian didn't really look like he had anything. The 14 car had a car that could have contended for it, but 3 times tonight he hit the interior wall. The inside wall going up pit road, which is amazing that Eric would make that not once but twice or 3 times do that mistake. But I'm assuming we'll get to Drippy here in a minute because I just can't get over how strong that 18 car was tonight. I'm assuming he had a pit road speed penalty, we would imagine, because we didn't really see damage. What did you feel when you came off pit road first? Can you explain to us how are you feeling? You come off pit road, you're first. What's going through your mind? For you. We haven't got to Drip yet. Yeah.
Honestly, I was just like, I heard him go, oh, and I didn't even come out when I saw my car going out. I was like, all right, I gotta capitalize on this and just drive it as hard as I can and get the gap as big as I can and just make no mistakes and no marks till the end.
Well, I want to say it's rare that I get to see people who I know nothing about perform as well as you did tonight. Obviously, I think the whole world assumed that the 18 car was going to win this race as much as Prowler and I did. I mean, we penciled it in. And as soon as you came out on pit road first, I was like that. Auto Club is 47 miles east of LA. So I'm in LA, getting ready to, I'm trying to produce a race here, like a movie, if you will. I threw the script in the trash. After Prowler called it. Good call, by the way, Prowler. Prowler called the pit road speed penalty, and I just took the freaking script and said, "Oh, I'm done. No more predictions. I'm over it." So I want to personally say congratulations on your first ever non-official BRS win, because obviously it wasn't a point race. I do want to remind you that me, Fluffy, and Derek were not there. So obviously that's going to add to it, but it doesn't really matter because tonight was a race about you guys, about, you guys not knowing how good you were, how strong you were. Drippy just absolutely opened my eyes today about how talented he is. I'm very impressed with you. I'm glad that you're on my satellite team. I'm not going to lie to you. Fluff said I can't scroll through my messages, but he said great win, Auto, woohoo. So the BMS camp, Batman Motorsports, is definitely behind you, and obviously you drive for Joker Motorsports. I'm sure Devin is proud because he's the team owner, even though I put you guys together. But just one more quick question. How does it feel to win your first ever race in a BRS and your first ever race that you raced?
Honestly, I'm so happy. I was thinking back in my head, like, please don't mess up. Please don't mess up. My controller's blinking at me. Please don't die on me on the last lap. This would suck.
Yep.
And I know, I believe it was the 8 that was giving me the pushes in the beginning of the restarts. Thank you again for that. And it helped, honestly.
Well, congrats on your win. Thank you for doing a great job in that car. That makes me feel very, very hopeful that Joker Motorsports can be just as strong as BMS. And Prowler, do you have any questions for our race winner tonight?
Not that I can think of.
Well, you can at least congratulate him. That wouldn't hurt.
Congratulations, Aldo.
Thank you for your time, Otto. Appreciate it. You can stick around for a minute if you want to, which I probably wouldn't mind you doing. But again, congrats on your win. We're going to move to. I'm going to save the best for last, Relic. So you just pipe down. We're going to move to the guy who was literally the man of the hour until Otto said, "Yeah, I don't think so." Even though you did a pit road speed penalty, Drippy. Thank you for racing tonight. It's great to have you in this league. You proved tonight, man. You just like, I'm going to have to beat somebody else at Auto Club now. You were so strong tonight, so good. What was going through your mind that whole race when you were just out there? You were by yourself, man. I mean, what was going through your mind, and how were you feeling during most of the race? Yep.
Other than that, I just kept my eyes forward. You know, if second came in play, I had to defend that spot.
Yep. How did you know that you know I'm not a big fan of talking about I'm going to try to pull up the car that you ran tonight so people can relate the driver, the voice with the car. With the 18 Interstate Batteries Total Camera, aka 420 Motorsports, so I'm sure a lot of puff people out there are going to love that name. What progressed what caused the I'm going to be like the typical media that Donald Trump doesn't like, or should I say President Trump, so I don't get in trouble. I'm going to get right to it. Why did you speed on pit road? Was it something that created the situation, or was it just a mistake, or what was it?
It was a mistake. I was just trying to get in before auto.
Yep.
You know, just to keep the gap at a decent amount, just in case if I did slip up at the end of the pit stop. You know, I had time to regain and catch up if I did.
Huh.
But I just came in there in the wrong spot. I wasn't slowed down right before the command.
Now you're one of the new guys we have, obviously in this league. So I'm going to ask you, you know, how did you feel about the racing tonight? Overall, how you know? I mean, I know you had that bad luck, but put your finish aside. How was it to race with these guys tonight? How was it on a racetrack?
It was great. Loved the racing. There was one caution out the whole race, so I mean that was really great for me. I just loved the racing.
Yep.
Competitive. That's why I like league racers. You know, even if we had made a mistake, you know, it wasn't like a mistake where it took everyone out and everyone.
Nope. Now, I will say it's great to have you, and I'm glad you're here. Great run tonight, man. Definitely hats off to you. You were dynamite all night tonight. Yeah, I felt like I was watching Kyle Busch in 2019 at Auto Club. That's kind of how I felt. So good job on that. I had another question for you. I forgot what it was. I was thinking I got Relic on my mind, so I completely lost my transformation of what I want to talk about. But obviously, the next time you guys come here, it's going to be a little different. I'll be on a track. Fluff will be on a track. Derek will be on a track. Derek won the BRL racer last year, so he's going to be good. The Lone Hedgehog 12 said good job to all three of you and everybody else who was in the race. You know, what can you do? And I'm going to auto, if you're still there, I'm going to ask you this too because I'm going to come back because I cannot wait to talk to Relic. I want to ask you first, Drippy, since we're on you. We come back here, right? This is our second or third race. I can't remember if it's Daytona. It's either Atlanta Auto Club or Auto Club in Atlanta. I think it's the third race, though. Is there anything that you're going to do to change when you come back here, setup-wise, or do you think that you have something that you're just going to stick with when you come back here?
I mean, for most part of the race, I didn't change anything except for first stop, and that was tire adjustments. So basically, I mean, it depends how big the field is and how long
Yep.
it's gonna go. It just depends on that.
Yep.
Other than that, to be honest, it's just that setup was great. I was running.
Well, I appreciate you being here again, Drippy. I can't thank you enough for the support and being here. You definitely, I mean, I knew you were good, but tonight, man, you were just freaking dynamite. You were so good, and now I know that, you know, the 18 car when we come here is going to be a car to beat. So thank you for racing tonight. Thank you for being here. I'm really sorry you had the pit road speed penalty. Definitely made the end of the race exciting, for sure. No offense to you, but at least with my satellite team at Joka Motorsports, they're hooting and hollering. They feel pretty good with this win. So, but again, good night, Drippy. Overall, I think you had an awesome night, minus the pit road speed thing. And Otto, I want to go back to you real quick. Is there anything that you're going to bring back with you when you come here? You're going to keep things relatively the same? What are you going to do when you come back here in February?
Probably gonna change a couple things, probably like a reset. And if not, if it doesn't work, then just keep everything the same. I know most of the race I was messing with the right front tire pressure just all night, trying to get it. Depending on the whole racing and when.
Okay.
Maybe just do some adjustments.
Good stuff. Prowler, do you have any questions for Drippy?
Yeah, Drippy, how do you feel getting that penalty?
How do you think he's going to feel? Let's be honest.
That's beyond frustrations. Like, I was dominant the whole race. One slip up caused
Let me ask you this question as a follow-up to what Prowler asked you. When you got out of your car, did you do what Kyle Busch does? or were you nice enough to stick around and talk to people? I mean, I know you're here, but this is like the media center after a race, so you kind of have to be here, right? The big man that owns the series invited you here, so you kind of have to, like, they have to go to the media center after a race. So when you got out of your car, did you push the media aside to get to the media center, or did you just do the the nice drippy thing and talk to everybody?
I talked to everybody. I was just more disappointed and frustrated over myself messing up at that last pit stop.
Okay, so we didn't have a Kyle Busch incident. That's good to know. Thank you very much. I don't have to put Band-Aids on anybody or calm anybody down. Again, good job on you two. Congrats on a win, Auto. I'm going to go to the man of the hour for me personally, Relic.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, my God. 2 fifth-place finishes in both your stages. I'm going to be a little bit more deceptive here because you and I practiced yesterday for probably about, what, hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe a little bit longer. You told me that... Okay, well, I'm sorry, Mr. Precise.
Yeah.
But we practiced good. You felt that. I remember you telling me that you felt good about it. You felt like you learned something. You felt like you got something out of it. But you were practicing earlier because you felt like you needed more speed. So between practice earlier and practice last night with us, do you feel that had a lot to do with your 2 fifth-place finishes? And I can't believe I'm saying this. A 3rd-place finish, Relic. 3rd. Dude, you excelled my expectations. What are you doing?
Thank you very much.
That's awesome. So do you feel that what you did last night, what you did today, did that really play a big role in your race tonight?
Oh, yeah, it did, actually. I was just practicing earlier today, and yeah, I had a good car. That's all.
We had an incident. The 2 fifth places were good. That's kind of where I put you. My expectation was 5th place for you. 6th place was acceptable. So that's kind of where I anticipated you. You'll hear your name right off the beginning, man. You went right up front. You're right there. You saw the ass into the 18 car for at least a few seconds.
Yeah.
And then you kind of withered away a spot or two, but you were hanging tough. And I knew, okay, well, when that first pit stop comes as a car owner, that's where I'm going to be worried. Like, this is what we're trying to get better with Relic, right? We're trying to make Relic a better setup guy, so that way he can last longer up front, not just for 10 laps. So 2 fifth places and stages were as expected. I know you're that talented, but your 3rd stage was a roller coaster, to say the least. You were involved in 2 or 3 wrecks, one by yourself, and then you came off the wall, hit the 13. The 13 got into you once, put you in a wall. A little later is when you got back into him. I'm thinking to myself, I didn't say it on air, of course, but I'm thinking, well, payback, that's done. And then I think 3 incidents you had. When the 13 made contact with you on that restart for the 3rd stage and you went up in a wall, I'm kind of curious to know what you're thinking. Did you think that your day was done, or did you sit there and think, you know what, I'm still going to get back there, this ain't nothing?
Honestly, I thought my race was done after that. But then that caution came out, and I got the lucky dog.
Yeah. So walk us through really quick from that moment when Otto and you made contact, and it kind of, obviously you were thinking the same thing. You're done. What did you have to do to get back in the race? I mean, you obviously had to fix your car. I would assume maybe a setup because you had damage there for a little bit. Please tell us, what were you doing to get back into the race?
Just fix my damage. I didn't touch anything on pit road though.
Really?
That's what's. Yeah.
I got to tell you, Relic, your opening eyes, you've impressed me a crap ton. I'm really happy, thrilled with your run. I mean, when I saw you 3rd, I practically pooped my pants. I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, what? And so I'm going to ask you the same question I asked the other 2. When we come back here in February, obviously same track. May be a little different, conditions may be a little different. Obviously, that the 9 of Fluffy, the 37 with me and Derek and the 48, those will be, or at least we should be, unless we have a bad race, very competitive cars. When we come back here in February, and I'm sure we're going to be practicing here and discussing it, behind our office doors. I'm sorry to the other teams out there, but I'm not going to tell you what we talk about, obviously. Is there anything that you feel you learned today to come back? Are you going to change some things when you come back? You're going to keep it the same? What are you going to do?
We'll see. I don't know.
This is technically your first career race in BRL, technically, even though it's not a point race. How do you feel about your night? How are you feeling right now? Because this is, Relic doesn't get third, right? That's what a lot of people are going to think. You got third,
Right.
man. And for me, it feels like a win as a car owner, right? I got Joker Motorsports and Victor Lane. I got you sitting there in third. Beautiful night. You beat all of our team tonight besides the 13. How are you feeling, man? I want to know, how are you feeling? Tell us how you're feeling.
Oh, I'm feeling excited.
You about to blow
21.
About to blow your top?
21. Yeah.
Man, I am.
I just had a strong car all night, that's all.
Yeah, as a broadcaster, I just want to tell you, Relic, you definitely made our night interesting talking about you. That Valvoline Chevy Camaro ZL1 looked great out there. I'm glad your car owner gave you a great car to work with. You're welcome. I'm really proud of you, Relic. I really want you to know I'm proud of you. I really am. I think most everybody, I know Otto and Drippy haven't really run with you a lot, and it seems like I'm really favoring you right now, but they don't know the road that you've taken to get to where you're at.
Yeah.
I do. And you have been the bottom of the barrel for so long, and now you are finally seeing the light, so to speak. And I'm excited because I'm your car owner. I'm giving you this stuff. I'm excited. Prowler, do you have any questions for Relic?
Not that I know of.
Boy, you're just full of questions tonight. To wrap this up, I just want to tell everybody I'm really proud. We had up to like 12 viewers, I think, at one time. Thank you to everybody who watched. I can't thank the drivers enough for their support. Crow said you had a great race, Relic. He just messaged on my thing. And Huff said that you had a great question for when you asked him about how he felt about his pit road speed penalty, Prowler. I didn't tell you that, but Drippy had a 5th place finish, won both stages, dominated this race like no other. Still a great run, Drippy. I mean, you still got a top 5. That's not bad. Relic, who just showed up. 8 cars only lap at the end of the race, and he showed up and got third, man. Excuse my French. I freaking love you, man. I'm so happy that you did this. I think a lot of people are going to be proud of you. A lot of people are going to congratulate you on a 3rd place finish. If they don't, like Huff and Fluff, don't forget to congratulate them. And Otto, I would have never. We didn't even talk about you to win this race. You had an awesome race. I'm glad your controller didn't die. I think you guys have definitely given me something to think about because my car was not good Monday night or Tuesday night in practice. It was actually pretty crappy. But congrats to all 3 of you because in your own right, you had a great race. You really did, minus the accidents and the pit road speed penalty. You guys did really, really good. So on behalf of Prowler and myself, I really want to thank you. I didn't go to the 88 car when I did you, Relic, so I apologize for that. I got to get used to it. Fluff, you said, good job, son. You know, Fluff. That's for you, Relic. So again, on behalf of the BRS, behalf of the BRL, thank you all for your support. Thank you, Fluff, Huff, Christian, everybody else who watched, Lone Hedgehog, Prowler, including you, even though you're broadcasting and watching at the same time. I really appreciate it. You guys kick ass. I'm glad you guys are here. Drippy, you're definitely going to give me something to think about. Come Auto Club. Otto, I guess I'm going to have to beat you to win that race. And Relic, man, I'm going to have to clean off my bumper so you can push me to the win. Thank you guys very much. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the 3 of you being here again. Congrats, Otto, on your win. Good job. Thank you for everybody watching, being a part of this. We are over and out.
Good job, guys. Thank you. Good job, everybody.
Thanks.
Awesome
I'm
job.
sorry, man.
Hold on 1 minute.